opening day in the Premier League season. The Red and White Wizards are back. I am the hostess with the mostest, yours truly, Chad Jarvis. Welcome, everybody, into another episode of the Chef United Way Watchalong for match day one. The mighty Red and White Wizards take on a little team from London who no one cares about, Crystal Palace. And today I'm not doing a solo one. I am joined by not one man. I'm joined by two men. Let's bring them in. First, we'll bring in, fighting out of the red corner, located in Los Angeles, California, Mr. Noah Schneider.
Good
Noah,
morning.
how are you doing this morning? I'm amped. I'm ready to go. Let's roll.
Clearly not on as much cocaine as you are this morning, Chad.
You guys party?
And another early morning, but I've truly missed it. And win, lose, or draw, it's an absolute pleasure to be here back with you, doing the watch along. How are you this morning, Chad?
Oh, I'm ready to go. I'm juiced. I am juiced, ready to go, man. Ready to go. Ready to see what this team has. A lot of people voicing their opinions. And good morning to Chat Row. I forgot to welcome you guys. Should we introduce the third and final leg, fighting out of the white corner from, I don't know where he is in America, probably New Jersey, maybe Ohio, maybe New York, maybe Washington, who knows?
I think he's in Alabama right now.
Alabama, roll Tide, roll. And we'll bring him in standing at about 5'10". Never met him in person, so I don't know how tall he is. Captain Toss. Welcome to the program, Captain Toss. How are you doing this morning? Welcome in.
How do you top that? I don't know what else to say. 5'11". Yes, I'm in Alabama right now, but yeah, great to be here. Great to have the Blades back in action today. Super excited to be with you guys and to be with Chat, wherever Chat's on this side probably. So hi, Chat. Yeah, it's a great day for football. Yeah, just really excited.
Yeah, it is. It is. I said this leading up to us, starting this thing. I was like, the last couple of minutes before we jumped on, I said, man, it's really hard to believe that the season is back, and it's already August, and it feels like the summer went so quick, and it was just like we just finished up getting promoted from the championship, and now we're back in the Prem. So it's mind blown. Transfers, we'll get into all that. What do you boys want to touch on first? You want to reveal the lineup? You want to announce the latest United signing?
Well, let's talk first about the signings that we've made in the off season. First and foremost, I suppose we'll go in order of when they were brought in. First and foremost, Anis Ben Slimani from Brøndby. He, as far as the players that we've signed thus far, Hamer excluded, he's really looked the best in preseason. But surprise, surprise, he's not starting today. He's on the bench. I think out of all of our signings, he's probably the best value for money at this point. I'm really excited to have him in the side and to watch him play this season. Yasser Larouci was playing in France, unfortunately got relegated last season. Probably the most worrying of our signings, just does not look great defensively. In that preseason, I was kind of unhappy with his play, and, Max Lowe probably starting, because he had such a poor preseason. Austin Trusty, a fellow American, played for Birmingham last season. Definitely excited about Austin Trusty. Again, not starting today. Probably needs a little bit more time to gel with the lads before he gets stuck in. But at the same time, good coverage for Jackie Longthrow. And, our backline was so depleted after last season. We really, really needed, someone to come in and fortify that left center back position. So very happy to have the trusty. Who am I forgetting? Benny Traore. from Häcken in Sweden. Uh, Obviously, great scoring record, as we've talked about on the Red Half of Sheffield podcast. I'm very excited to see him get a full 90 today. It's mostly because we don't have anybody else. I mean, if you look at that bench, there's no McBurney, there's no Brewster, Jebo's out injured. We are starting with a bare bones team this season. Obviously, much like that first season back in the championship, this will not be the team that we play against Tottenham on the final day of the season. But at the same time, yikes. And then we announced last night at midnight, well, I guess I should say today, Gustavo Hamer comes in from Coventry. The Brazilian it's Hamer time, baby. Very, very excited about this signing. He's probably, like as we tweeted out last night, the best signing on paper for the Blades. And he is that creative spark in the midfield that we're going to need. Plays a little bit more attacking. And I could see him easily sitting just in front of Norwood. And the last player that I'll talk about, Vinicius Souza. Souza. He is a big lad who loves to tackle. Kind of plays, sitting a little bit back in midfield. Not going to score a lot of goals, not going to contribute a lot of assists, but he's going to make us more defensively solid, which, we're going to need. This is going to need to be a season, much like that very first season in the Premier League, where we're conceding very few goals, because I think we all know we're going to be scoring very few goals in this Premier League season. Just simply not enough creativity up front from the attacking midfield and from our strikers at this point, unless Benny Traore has, a landmark, season where he's able to take that step up, from the first division in Sweden to the Premier League. We're not going to see a ton of goals. I think perhaps we might have one more coming in. A few names have been talked about. We'll see what happens. Your thoughts on our transfer business so far this window?
Go ahead, Robert. Over to you.
Well, I mean, if I had to have picked a player to start today's match based on fitness, based on kind of the quality and the timing of the signings, I would have thought we would have had Trusty in the side. But the way Jack Robinson played last season, I'm not surprised Heckingbottom went with his first choice back three from last year. So Trusty off the bench, that works for me. Would have been nice to see Slimani or Souza or somebody else in the midfield other than I think it's Chris Basham playing in there today. So we'll take a look at the full lineup in a bit, but that one surprised me. I was thinking we were going to have a new signing there, and yeah, up top, that's where our weakness is right now. Certainly, there are goals to be had in the strikers that we have on our team, and with the signings we've made so far. But one more striker really, really would help us out a ton.
Yeah, no, I echo that. I think I'm just going to leave it out and say that I'll pass judgment because we saw them against, in preseason. You can't really take much for that. It's just one of those deals. We got to see how they get on in the season. It's not going to be anything, as Noah said. It's just going to be one of those deals where come the end of the season, we might see 4 or 5 of these players regularly starting. And, I'm almost taking these first few games in the Prem as still added on preseason. And, I think the team we see against Forest is going to probably look a lot different than what we rolled out today. And I would even say I think we have Man City the last game of the month. I think that's even going to be a totally different side than what is rolled out even against Forest. So I think they're going to tinker for the next month. Obviously a couple more signings probably through the door, you'd like to think, but who knows? Only time will tell. If not, if this is the team we have, we got to ride with it. You like to think that R&D at some point, Brewster at some point, McBurney at some point, the cavalry is coming back, and it's hard to believe that they've been, we start the season with those three players that have been in our side for the last few years. None of them are even anywhere, not even on the bench. And you look at that bench, and it's like there's a lot of kids on that bench. I mean, there's a lot of youth. And you look at, uh, Palace's bench. It has a little bit more experience in it, but they also have a little bit of youth on there. So, I mean, I think today's matchup sets up in, a lot of people don't like our lineup, but I think it's going to be more of an even game than everybody really thinks. I think these sides are pretty even.
Well, let's get into the Blades starting lineup. It's scrolling across the bottom here. Obviously, you've got Wes Fotheringham in goal for us. Then Baldock, Ahmed Hodzic, Egan, Robinson, Lowe, Norwood, Basham in the midfield. Something we have not seen a lot of. I think the last time that happened, it was off the bench. I can't remember the last time Basham started in the midfield. Osborne, and then Benny Traore and Will Asula up front. As I said before, I am excited. Traore is kind of a big old question mark. He showed moments of skill, but just unfortunately he wasn't provided any service in that game against Stuttgart in preseason. So I am very interested to see how he will do, on one of the biggest stages. So on the bench, Adam Davies, Austin Trusty, Souza, Slimani, LaRucci, Louis Marsh, Andre Brooks, Fermi Sariki, and Antoine Hackford on the bench. So very, very thin, especially, our striking core. So, maybe Hackford gets a few minutes, maybe Brooks gets some minutes today. But yeah, a bunch of kids, in midfield and more forward positions. So we are bone thin. Bone thin? I don't think that's an expression. We are paper thin as far as our striking core and our forwards are concerned, which, is troubling to me at the start of the season here.
Yeah, it's very troubling. It really raises some questions, but I mean, as I think it was Tim. Yeah, this one was a good one. Not sure their class is cavalry, more like pony soldiers. All the players coming back, but I mean, more to your point, we have to get these players back to just simply get depth. And I'm surprised we haven't signed more, out in the cut adrift players, free agents, to add a little bit of depth, especially like, we had a depth player in Jimmy Johnny Billy Bobby Fleck get hurt. He's out for 3 months. Now we lost their depth there. So if somebody goes down in midfield, you would like to think there's got to be a couple of strikers out there on free we could just bring in to, just have them ride pine for next to nothing, just in case, Brewster, he's always glass. He'll probably play one game and be out the rest of the season. McBurney's going to have a spell on the injury table. Traore is Asula. Jebo's hurt. So, I mean, it's like all of our strikers are kind of made of glass, hitting at Brewster, and, every time you turn around, Jebo seems to pick up an injury. So, Asula, I hate to say it, Asula's probably going to have to toe the line for a little bit.
Probably. Yeah, at least a couple of weeks, I would estimate that Asula is going to be starting. But you know what? This is, you got to take that, what is it? You got to take that brass ring. This is that opportunity. You got to grab that brass ring, play well, maybe nick a goal if you can. And, just kind of, look, I think he's quality. He just needs to find the back of the net. That's really what it is as far as Asula is concerned. He's not the finished article. I think we all knew that. I think Hecky, given the opportunity, he would have liked to see him go out on loan this year. If we were any other club in the Premier League, Asula is definitely going out on loan to a mid-table or lower mid-table championship squad. To a Rotherham, to a Birmingham. But at this point, that is not happening. I don't see it happening. We just need him to make up the numbers, and here he is, first game of the season, starting. So, I think I think he might have played one or two games in the Prem that last season, right? I can't recall.
I know Jebison was playing those games, but
Yeah,
can't remember if Asula got a look.
I know Antoine Hackford got a couple looks,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah,
that
Asula
was
might have been just the last two championship seasons.
yeah, that might have been the case. But look, I think he's strong. He's got some pace, and he's really good on the ball. He just needs to find that finishing touch, and that for me is what it's going to boil down to. Will he be able to find that finishing touch, get into those little spaces, be in the right place, and take his opportunities when they come? They're going to be few and far between today. I see us setting up, very defensively today. Maybe trying to nick one on the counterattack. But yeah, I mean, he's gonna both he and Traore. The good news is they're not going to be heading the ball a lot, but they are going to be pacey and might be able to turn a quick counterattack.
Yeah, yeah, and definitely, I think Asula. You pointed it out. He's not the finished article yet, but he throughout preseason showed the most potential. I think of all of our strikers up top. And I mean, there was the one game where he hit the post like 3 times or something crazy like that, or very close. I think one was on target. That bicycle kick was just deflected over. So he's there. Like there's about to be a goal for Will Asula, and it's only a matter of time. I'd love to have it be this match. That would be great. But
Yep.
I certainly think he will get his opportunity before the cavalry come back and get healthy and start fighting for that starting position.
Yeah, agreed. Should we roll into who or how many do you think we get through the door through the end of the month, and who is on your guys' wish list of transfers to the Red and White Wizards? And you can't say Omen and die because he already left.
Wow, stole mine.
Doesn't count.
Robert, I think you should go first here.
Well, Paul Heckingbottom leaving the door open for the Tommy Doyle, saying there's always a chance. So I'm going to say Tommy Doyle. We saw McAtee. I don't know if you guys watched the match yesterday, Burnley, Man City. McAtee did make a cameo appearance at the end there. So I think City's got something else in mind for him. So I'd be shocked if he came back to us. But Tommy Doyle, I mean, that's a loan or loan to buy type situation that's ripe for us. He knows our system. He knows the lads. He knows how to play in it. And he's a creative, attack-minded midfielder that we could use in our system. So that's where I would put my money right now, and a striker, but I just don't know really who's out there, who's available in the striking core.
Well, Cameron Archer has been mentioned in the chat. I with Chuba Akbom, it looks like he's going to go to Lens. That was the report yesterday. He was obviously on on Hecky's wish list, I think. But yeah, I agree with Chat Row. I think Cameron Archer is probably going to be our best bet. Look, he was one of the better forwards in the championship last season, and I think that the moves that we've made and the players that we're targeting right now. I mean, it's kind of a smart strategy. We're never going to be able to afford English Premier League players, from quality players from other clubs unless they're on loan in the Prem. So what do? You get some of the best players in the championship and hope that they can make the step up. Cameron Archer, not the finished article, but at the same time, if we can get him on a permanent, that would be amazing. I'd take him on loan though. And I agree with you, Tommy Doyle. He knows. And I'm going to get to that, Scott, in a minute because I'm very excited about it. Tommy Doyle, obviously, as you mentioned, he knows the side very well. He knows his role. And, he wasn't even on the bench yesterday, that Man City versus Burnley game. And I think that there's going to be an opportunity for him to come back, come home, Tommy. And obviously, he slots right into the starting 11 for me if we're able to get it. But we need to get it done, I think, before Forest next week. So early part of this coming week, we must get, at least one, hopefully two, through the door. I think if we're going to have any shot, at getting something from that Forest away game.
Yeah, I'll echo what you guys said. I think we need to bring in 3 to 4 more. I do like the shout for a goalkeeper. I do think we need someone to push Wes. We'll see how he reacts to the pressure of being in the top flight today. He's had some questionable moments in the beginning of this season and preseason. Some iffy looks and iffy goals given up in preseason. So I would echo your sentiments on the two attacking players. Tommy Doyle and Cameron Archer. Yes, I'd like both of them. Archer probably on a loan. Tommy Doyle on a will for a fee, agreed fee. Hopefully we can get both of them. And then somebody out there's got to have a goalkeeper that for next to nothing that they're looking to almost get rid of, that we could probably bring into pressure Wes a little bit. But it's certainly going to be interesting to see what United do with all this money now in and around that we got from Illiman and Sandy Barge, to see how we're spending it pretty well. Honestly, I mean we've brought in Hammer Time, so I don't know. Only time will tell what we do with the rest of those funds. Mr. Schneider, do you want to enlighten us on the breaking news that is happening over your way in the country?
So the last week, here's what my process has been. Okay, my eyes open. 6:30 a.m., 7 a.m. California time here. I roll over and grab my phone and say to myself, "What fresh hell awaits me?" After that Sanderberg move to Burnley. I wake up this morning, grab my phone. The first thing that I see, Billy Sharp to LA Galaxy. And as a massive Galaxy supporter, season ticket holder, I am obviously absolutely thrilled. It's not official yet, but it's all but confirmed, I think, that Billy Sharp is going to be making his way to Los Angeles Galaxy. If I knew when his flight was coming in, I'd drive to the airport tonight and, with my Los Angeles Blades flag in tow, to hold it up. But yeah, I'm very, very thrilled to have Billy in Los Angeles. And yeah, he's going to, a week from today, hopefully, he's making a start for the Galaxy and absolutely smashing it for us. So what are your thoughts on Billy Sharp and MLS?
I think it's awesome. You've seen the likes of Timo Pukki coming over, some guy named Messi or something like that. There's a European migration over to the United States of these amazing strikers. And honestly, to have the GOAT here finally and Billy Sharp playing in the MLS, I think it's going to be great for the league. I think it's going to be great for the Galaxy, who are having a kind of poor season. Maybe they can get the same kind of turnaround as that Leo guy down in Miami has kind of started to turn around their season. They were in last place, and now they're looking like they might compete for some trophies. So, Billy Sharp, it's hopefully a great fit for him as an MLS fan of an Eastern Conference team. I won't get to see him as much, but still excited. I mean, he's in the States. That means there's a chance I could bump into him somewhere and just give that man a hug and a handshake and a big thank you for everything you've done for the Blades. Just super excited if this really, gets across the finish line. It's going to be awesome.
Well, I think both of you are going to need to fly out to LA now and come watch Billy at Galaxy.
Sure,
I would do that.
I'm not going to make you root. I'm not going to make you root for them. We won't sit in the supporters section. I won't make you sing for all 90. But we can have our own little cheering section just for Billy Sharp.
Yeah, we're going to start the Billy Sharp in America fan club.
Yes,
yeah.
Let's do that.
While you guys were chatting it up, they did introduce Hammer Time at the Lane to a standing ovation. I mean, that place is absolutely packed, and we're 5 minutes away from the start, but it is completely sold out. It even looks like Palace brought a decent away support. With 5 minutes to go for the game, thoughts, predictions. Put them in chat row. I forgot to tell chat row. Throw your score predictions in the chat. start with you, Captain Casa. Predictions. What do you think is going to happen?
I'm gonna go with a 1-1 draw. I think Asula can get a goal here, and I do think that we're first time back in the Prem. Uh, there's going to be feelings of Bournemouth away from 2019. That's what I'm going to get, a late goal from Asula, run over to the cop and celebrate like crazy.
Will it into existence, man. Will it into existence. I love it. Um, I'm going to give a head and heart. So my head says a 1 or 2 nil loss. I'm sorry, my head says a 1 or 2 nil loss. My heart says 2-1 to the Blades. Come on, you red and white wizards.
I'm gonna say 2-0 loss. I don't think we have. I'll say we probably have our first shot on goal about 75 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think much. I mean, I don't know. I also could see this going either a goal either way. But I think if we get down a goal and it gets late, we get caught on the counter and we give up another one. This also could be a 0-0 boring game. Boring game. I could also see that. Yeah, I don't know. It's the opening day, so this is the hardest game to predict, honestly, because we could look like world beaters, go out and beat them like 3-0. This is probably the hardest scoreline in game to predict, but I think it's gonna be a fair part of a even game. I don't see one team coming out on top and like dominating. I think it's throughout. It's a pretty even match. So
Yeah.
and it is nice to be watching something besides SUTV, and the clarity in the game is so much nicer. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's brilliant. It really is.
the pomp and circumstance. I like that goalkeeper kit Wes has. Man, that thing looks sweet. I mean, the home kit looks good as well. I mean, I'm glad to see some people bought the new home kit that got released yesterday at Bramall Lane. So yeah, the crowd.
My one complaint with the home kit is
Sponsor.
the sponsor. I don't mind it being red. Honestly, it's great, but either cover all 3 stripes, the red and the 2 whites, or just cover the red. The like tiny leak into the white just throws off like everything, in my opinion. And it's unfortunate, but I think it looks great on the away and the like alternate kits. It's good overall, and I still love the wide stripe design. Great throwback for me.
Yeah. I think that much like I want to say the 2018 2019 kits, the away kit, like the sponsor looks so much better. I mean, it looks absolutely brilliant on that away kit.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So right now it is so crazy that we're actually in the Prem and they're scrolling us through, and it's got the player shots and everything. This is such an upgrade.
The production quality, just the production quality
God, my mind is absolutely blown out of the water right now. It's like
it's like it's a multinational company versus the club zone.
Yeah, right. It's like damn, man, can't we dump a little bit more into the production quality? But I mean, SUTV, I don't think we had too many issues last year. It's hard to know when we have the volume turned down on the games to see if the actual quality was crap like it was a couple of years ago. But yeah, it's going to certainly be different now.
Yeah.
Did we run through the Palace side yet?
I don't think we did, but it's flashing up on the screen right now.
Who cares?
I think Ronnie on the road probably cares. Yeah, I think Ronnie cares. He thinks it's going to be 0-1 to the Eagles. So, no surprise there.
I just put the lineup so he knows.
There you go.
Yes, it is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. We are a matter of probably 30. God, Roy Hodgson, he's just like
ancient.
Dude is like, he's been around since the game was invented. I do like that we have the they have the whole lion, the Premier League lion instead of the patches.
Mm.
I kind of
Yeah.
like that. I do like how when we were in the championship, we had the actual patches, but now they have the actual lion. Definitely be
Norwood,
getting that.
Has that bandage across his
Oh,
forehead
yeah, he
when he
does.
got cut open. I guess he hasn't had the stitches out. Maybe he has. I'm not sure.
Little
But
flesh wound. Little flesh wound.
Yeah.
just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound.
We're going to
Oh,
be kicking
boys.
towards the cop first half. That's interesting.
Oh man, that's an interesting that is an interesting decision. Palace must have been like, well, we'll kick. I mean, how often do we see that we start the game kicking from right to left, or
I think I
kicking
saw it
from
like
left
2
to
times
right?
last year, like
Yeah,
two or three times.
it's definitely a different one.
And the Greasy Chip Buddy song is ringing out throughout Bramall Lane as we are about to get started here. Chad's going to be on the call for most of the game.
Well, settle in, boys and girls. It's going to be a bumpy ride. This is your captain. I'll make sure we'll be there in about 95 minutes, 98 minutes. Thank you for flying Chaz Airways. As the Blades are about to get us underway, and they're taking the knee. They pump faked. I thought they were getting ready to go. They're taking the knee, and I almost started the clock too early, too. And we are underway. Premier League Blades underway. Going from left to right. Red and White Wizards. The ball down the right-hand side. It's in the midfield at the feet of Snake Hips. Snake Hips gets it back to Johnny Squarehead Egan. He looks up for Osula, but he is adjudged to be offsides. Quick start from the Red and White Blizzards. As Will Osula, I guess, was adjudged to be offsides. And so we'll have a glorified goal kick from Sam Johnston left of his goal. He's going to move it up about 5 or 7 inches. That really is going to help. And he's probably going to boom this one all the way down. And he does exactly that. And Blades get ahead to it, knock it down. Georgie on the ball. And Snake Hips is trying to do something, but he can't get it. And it's back. A bit of head tennis going on at the moment. Snake Hips is like tied to the ground. Snake Hips can't jump or something. He looks like a baby deer out there, trying to learn how to walk. Blades throw in inside their own half as Roy Grandpa Hodgson rubs his face and scowls. Blades throw it in, lose out possession to Palace, and we're going to mop it up at the back with JLT over to Ahmed Hodzic. Ahmed Hodzic back to John Egan, and he's going to lump it forward, trying to find Gorgeous Georges. Blades have a throw in inside of Crystal Palace half. They're trying to go fast, and then they slow it down. And Ahmed back on the ball into Ollie Norwood, and that one goes through Snake Hips. Early thoughts, boys?
Well, for those who don't know,
Quick
Snake Hips is Bash, so
slithering his way through. And Palace throw it in, and it hits Edward in the back, and it goes out for a Blades throw in the Crystal Palace half on this near side. Baldock steals a couple of feet, throws it into the feet of Osula. Osula head up, gets the cross in. It hits nobody, but it falls to the foot of Maximus Lowe. Maximus Lowe on the ball now. Top of the box. Ollie Norwood. He lays it off to Benno. Benno, I think, was off sides. He had to let JLT pick it up. Benno on the ball. Benno. Over to JLT. JLT on the ball now. JLT. Ollie Norwood, little flicks and tricks. Benno, ball in. Heads go up. Osula tied to the ground. He doesn't jump. It gets cleared out by Crystal Palace. IU comes away with it. IU on the ball now. That's going to be a foul. That's BS. It shouldn't have been a foul. It should have played on. That would have played on in the championship. Put us back in the championship. This is BS. That is such a
already shouts
foul.
from Chad.
Yeah.
Come on, man. There's no foul.
Very, very ticky-tack. But a decent start here in the first 3 minutes. Blades with a decent amount of possession, working, it forward to Asula. So better than I thought we were going to do within the first 3 minutes. I thought it was going to take us a while to get going here. But, a decent attack and not the best of crosses from Asula, but at least he put it on the foot of another blade. And here come Palace.
Yeah, Palace just knocking it around a bit. And they're going to try and work it in as Anderson carries the ball, but he gets scared and turns around and heads for home. Ball kind of gets flicked around, and IU holding it up on the right-hand side. Maximus Lowe has the ball, kind of holding off. It's ping-ponging around. Is it going to go out for a Palace throw?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it goes out for a Palace throw inside United half. Almost level with the United box. Well, they took... Yes, okay, it's level with the United box. And let's see, they're going to try and throw the ball in at some point. Ward gets the ball in. It goes out again for a Palace throw closer to the corner flag. Joel Ward on the ball. And he gets it to Decore, but IU was offsides, hits the corner flag, and it's out for United. Throw in way deep in their end.
Ward has this look on his face, like when he's about to throw the ball in, like he's just so upset, like just absolutely devastated.
Yeah, I noticed that. He looks a little rough and tumble of a feller too. United throw the ball in. We do have possession. Just kind of lump it forward. It hits Osula in the feet, but it's cleared by Palace. Shove in the back. Ref, that should be a red. This is the Prem. I need to know. You don't touch players. That's a red. Send him off. He should be off. Oh, my God. He breathed on him. It should be a red card. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. Oh. So United have their first free kick in the Premier League in this season. Ollie Norwood's probably going to hammer this one in.
Gotta be careful about the counterattack here.
Yeah, we can't get beat like a drum. This reminds me of Watford. Lumps it in over to Squarehead, and Squarehead heads it exactly where he wanted it to.
Not a good free kick. Not a good free kick.
No, it wasn't. No. I think more to your point, Noah, and I didn't mean to cut you off, Robert. You can have the mic in a minute. I think that was more of a hesitant free kick than anything. They didn't want to get beat on the counter.
Yeah, nice it was certainly the tactic was try to get it to Egan, but Norwood's delivery too high. Egan getting under it. But we do win the corner there.
Yeah. United have a corner. 6 minutes. God, it feels like we played like 25. How we only played 6 minutes? Wow. United have a corner. Ollie Norwood, United are already wasting a bit of time here, taking their time. Ollie Norwood.
For those who have never joined us before, Squarehead is John Egan.
Cross comes in from Ollie Norwood. Heads go up. United players don't jump for some reason. Oh, good God. Georgie went over the back of him, and Palace have a free kick. I mean, that was Eze had a rider, and he didn't know he didn't know about it. And too late, and George Baldock goes for a little bit of ride. Free kick to Palace. They're going to work it down the right-hand side. It's at the foot of Joel Ward, and now it's at Anderson. Are they going to go back to Johnstone? Yes, they do. Sam Johnstone and going. He's going to lay it off to Mark Guhi. Mark Guhi on the ball. He gives it over to Tyreek Mitchell. Over to Guhi. And it's going to be back at the feet of Anderson. Anderson on the ball on the right-hand side. Just kind of Guhi back on the ball. Guhi moving the ball into the midfield. Guhi on the ball. Over to Mitchell.
Are you going to say it like that every time?
Oh, yeah. That's Mark Guhi, former Chelsea player. And it's at the foot of Anderson. And, hits Snake Hips right in the body. And United are not able to pounce on it. Anderson gets the ball, mops it back up on the right-hand side over to Joe Ward. Ooh, did he touch the ball with his hands? Did he touch the ball with his hands? The play keeps going down the right-hand side. Here come Palace. They working inside. Ahmed Hadjic clears it, and it goes back to Wes. God, Ollie Norwood with that wound bandage. Like, come on.
So we're watching this on Peacock in the United States. If you're in the US, Peacock has all of the games, every single Premier League game every week.
And West takes the free kick, falls, and ping pongs the Sula on the ball. Here we go. He has a shot. Curling. Oh, just wide. Missed the post by 4.5 centimeters.
Oh
What
my
a
goodness.
beautiful curling shot from Willis Sula outside the box. Johnston rooted to the spot. He didn't even move. He's like, that boy's going wide. A little close for comfort. And United have an effort that goes just wide. Whew. Wow.
So what did I say pre-match? Asula is right there.
Yep.
And you can see that. It was
Oh.
so close.
United take a quick quick corner, and Norwood puts it out there. Oh,
A lively start from United. This is definitely different side than we probably all thought. We probably thought and we did prior to the game. We all thought it was going to be a defensive game. Now there's a bit of an issue. Hands are up. They're showing Traore, Willisula. Palace get us back underway, and they work it over the halfway line. Just kidding. They go back to Anderson, over to Jefferson Lerma. Good. He's telling him to get on with it. Over on the left-hand side, Mitchell's on the ball. Now it's Jefferson Lerma on the ball. He's going to go back to, can't see that, Decore on the ball now. Decore tries the through ball. Wes is sitting in his chair, and John Egan's like, where are you at, dude? Where are you at? So United win the ball, kick it down, and it's won back by Crystal Palace. Work it on the left-hand side. It's weird. All Palace's attacks have come down the side where Max Lowe is. Not really trying the left-hand side where Gorgeous George is, which is very, very interesting. So they really think that our weak spot is Maximus Lowe and JLT, as Crystal Palace just knocking about Eze on the ball. He's working the ball through the midfield. He tries to get it to Jeffrey Schlupp over to Mitchell. Mitchell finds Eze in the box. He's man marked by Ollie Norwood, who gets nutmegged. Is that going to be a penalty? No. Get up. No penalty. This ain't the damn Prem. This is the championship. Get up. God. Of course, VAR is going to have a look. It's going to go down as a penalty. We'll probably be down to 5 guys. No way. That is a pen. No way. Get up. If that goes in,
George beats him. George beats him to the ball right there. There's no way. Check is going to be complete very quick.
Yeah.
No penalty. There's no way.
And Eze grabbed his ankle as if George stepped on it, but Eze leaned into Baldock's hip. So I don't know where the ankle comes into that, other than you just feel bad that you lost a foot race to the Starman. Yeah.
Of course.
Weird play by Eze there.
As Noah said, no VAR had a look. No, nothing doing there. United are in possession right now. Lose out, and Squarehead Anel lost out, surprisingly. Johnny Squarehead Egan over there to mop it up, give a throw in United half to Crystal Palace. Mitchell get the ball back in for Palace whenever he wants to. I mean, their away shirt isn't bad. Basham comes crashing in, clears it out. It's another throw into Crystal Palace on the left-hand side, and he just threw it completely out of play. It'll be a goal kick.
Yeah. So look, we're 12 minutes in, and I mean, not a bad start, really. I think we've, with maybe one exception, done pretty well defensively. Asula having, already the best opportunity of the game. That shot from outside the box. If that doesn't take a little nick there, obviously that is a shot on target, and Sam Johnstone has to make a save. But, as it stands, it wasn't a shot on target. But, yeah, and here we go again.
It's pretty evenly matched. I'm not going to lie. Ollie Norwood just get bustled off of the ball. He just got moved completely out of the way. Ball back. Oh, boy. Here come Palace. Eze on the ball. Good tactical foul. No, they play advantage. Somebody's going in the book. Edward on the ball. He's going to have a rip, but it's deflected out for a corner. Is somebody going in the book? I figured they would. I figured they pull somebody. They pull a yellow card for the Johnny Squarehead. Actually, that was a good tackle. I mean, it was a good tackle. It knocked him off the ball. Egan did very well.
Great coverage.
It. Yeah.
Great coverage by Jackie Long throw right there. Jack Robinson.
Yeah.
Fantastic sliding block in there. And Palace have a corner now, so we got to defend this well.
Yep.
I will say, defensively, we've been great at recovering. We're just losing out at like the first man is getting beat pretty easily, but the back three are all have each other's back, which is really nice to see.
Corner comes in. It's dealt with. Norwood clears it only as far as Anderson. He whiffs on it. And we're able to close it down. It looks like Ben Traore is going to get it, but he carries it out. I think for a generous throw into the blades. I think it should have been a Palace throw in, but United come away with it. A little bit of breathing. We did well in that. It wasn't the best corner. It was easily dealt with by United as they show the Gus bus up in the box. Him and his boy up there, like, yeah, we're gonna. I'm just gonna tear this league up. I'm gonna have 28 goals. No one knows it.
Is that what a Netherlands Brazilian accent sounds like?
Yeah, I sound like this. Or it's. No, I don't even want to go down that road. Palace get us back underway. It's at the foot of Guhi over to Sam Johnstone. And they're just kind of mixing it up in the back. Anderson's on the ball now. I think that's Jefferson Lama. Yes, Trusty is on the bus.
It's a good question. I think it's for continuity purposes. I don't think Trusty's had enough time in training with the boys. And it's likely, I think, that maybe he'll make his first start, depending on how JLT does the rest of this game. I mean, he's looked pretty good, Jackie Long throws so far. As here come Palace into the box.
Nope, dealt with by United. Cleared out. Norwood's got to get off the ball a little bit quicker than that. He takes a deflection, falls to Gorgeous Georges, and we kind of just clear it up. Hey, Osula's got some pace, but what's wrong? He's offsides? How the hell was he offsides?
Yeah,
Didn't see the
I don't know. Didn't see that at all. But
man, I am just in awe.
We're getting a little unlucky with some of these clearances, and maybe it's not luck or maybe it's lack of skill. But about half of our clearances are hitting the first man.
Did Osula go in the book? Else. I think Osula went in the book.
Maybe for kicking the ball away.
Yep. Yellow card to Osula, and it is about the 17th minute. As here comes Palace. Eze on the ball. This is going to be a shot on goal. No, it's not. I don't know how the hell he didn't get a shot off in there. He kind of knifed through the defense, and it must have took a deflection, and it went United's way. As you can see that Crystal Palace is going to go through the player that everybody should watch of Palace, Eze, as they work it into Ayew, and West comes up with a save, and that is honestly the first shot on target by either side.
Yep.
So yeah,
wow. I mean, he just cut through the defense right there. Ahmed Hodzic with a good block, but not cleared. That ball needs to be cleared. Yeah. And by the time that Eze got back on it, he didn't know what was happening. So.
Yeah, exactly. And then Squarehead comes in and clears it, but it's just one of those things. Like, we're defending so well right now that if we don't get it clear, and it just like that, if the ball falls back to Eze and he jumps on it, that's going to be 1-0. But I mean, that's just unfortunate that he turned his body and he didn't clear it as
Edouard is fouled.
His number's coming off. He's now 2, not 22 anymore. Look, they'll show it right here.
Oh yeah,
his number's hanging off. Yeah,
how funny.
Hodges beating him up, getting in there, beating him up. Palace have the ball at the foot of Anderson now, just inside of United half. Jefferson Lerma on the ball now. Oh, just kind of working it around. Decore on the ball. Joe Ward
patient
now.
build up.
Yeah.
They're being very patient with it.
Yeah, just kind of, in United, they're almost set up defensively, just kind of letting them letting them poke and prod and see if they can do anything. And they give the ball away. Eze gives the ball away. Benai Traore with good defensive maneuvering, and it's at the feet of Baldock, and he just lumps it down. At some point, we're going to have to hold up a bit of possession because we just can't concede. As Asua, I hope he knows he's on a yellow card. I hope he does because that easily, I mean, that's a foul on him. The way this league operates, if you touch anybody more than 3 times, you're going to get sent off.
Yep, he should be careful.
Yeah, I mean, hell, we're only 19 minutes into the game. Pump the brakes a little bit.
Yep.
Palace get us back underway, working it down the right-hand side, as I said, entirely too much this first half. They're working the ball at the foot of Ayew now. Ayew on the ball. He's working it. Looking inside for number 22. Okay, 2. They give the ball away. Osula loses out. We had an overlapping Beno on the left-hand side. He loses it on the ball, and they recycle it again down the left-hand side to go with Mitchell. Over to Eze, back into Jefferson Lermer. Jefferson Lermer on the ball. Over to Anderson. Let me guess, he's going to work the ball to Joe Ward. Oh, just kidding. Here, wait, hold on. They try to get it to Edward, who has a shot easily saved by Wes. And United are going to go again. Do you think our badge looks bigger? I just looked at Wes's keeper shirt as he went down to save it, and they showed him getting ready to throw the ball out. Do you think our United badge looks bigger, especially on the goalkeeper kit?
It's a possibility. I've not had a good enough look, to be honest with you. I've been focusing on other things, so...
Wes gonna limp it downfield for Asua, who actually gets a head to it, and it's a bit of head tennis that it has been. Snake Hips heads it to the wrong team, and Palace come away with it. Now another head by John Egan back to Mitchell, and it's kind of headed down. Snake Hips could have took the ball down. He heads it to Baldock, and it goes out off of Baldock for a throw into Palace. That was a weird bit of play there.
So for those who don't know, once again, when he says Snake Hips, he's talking about Chris Basham.
Yes, I am talking.
I have a sneaking suspicion that most of the people watching do not know the nicknames for the club. And here come Palace.
Yeah, that was a mess up at the back. Goes out.
Yeah.
Was that Egan that messed up? Or was that Ahmed Hadjic? I think it was Egan, because Egan's got the green boots on. A poor half-hearted clearance sees it out for a Palace throw-in, almost parallel with the Palace box. They're working it around in bright sunshine in sunny Sheffield. West has to palm one down. 1-0 Palace. He's got to be offside. He's got to be offsides. And it is off. West had to palm it down. It fell to the head of Ayew, and it is headed home to put Palace in front. But the official raises his flag, adjudged to be offsides, which he was. He was in an offsides position. And, I mean, off.
Yeah, a good 2 feet offside.
I mean, West did good to keep that one out, because that was a piss missile going in on goal as well. Yeah. I mean,
now in the future, if I use not offsides, though, you can't just push it right to a Palace player. You got to try to push it sideways or straight down to yourself or up and over. So West now knows, okay, Palace are trying to chase after that rebound, essentially, to use a basketball term.
Here come the Blades on the left-hand side. Max low on the ball now. Ollie Norwood, as you could just feel Palace starting to take a bit of the momentum, and the pitch is starting to slant in the favor of the Eagles as the ball comes in and they have a corner. So, yeah, it feels like Palace is starting to grow into this game. Yeah, grow into this game a little bit. I think United, the first 20 minutes, were riding the back of the home support and, the crowd and all that. And I think once this game's settled, I think Palace is going to start.
It's football. Yeah, so for everybody out there, it's football, not soccer.
Corner comes in, whatever the hell that was, from Edward. And Will Asua is judged to be a foul, and it'll be a free kick that I think Wes is going to take.
No, I'll play devil's advocate on the football or soccer. In England, if I'm watching Sheff United, it's football. If I'm talking about the MLS, I have to call it soccer. It's in the name.
That's fair. That's
And there's
absolutely fair.
there's nothing wrong with calling it soccer. The English came up for the term. The Aussies still use it. We still use
Soccer.
it. Association football. So
Soccer.
we're just using what you gave us, guys.
It's the same thing, essentially. Here's Traore.
Traore. There's no help up there. There's no help up there. He's dispossessed. He loses out. Oh, God. Max Lowe with a decent tackle.
I think that was Traore's first touch in almost 25 minutes. So
yeah, at least first sustained possession. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, he is. I will say this about Osua and Traore. They are fast. Fast.
But no service from the midfield. No. That is where the biggest hole is right now. Our midfield is just, it's cobbled together, Norwood is the only player in that midfield who consistently started last year in the championship for us.
Yep.
So it's very telling. And, we got to get Gustavo and Vinny in at some point. I think that completely changes up the look.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know if it's we do that at halftime. I don't think they've got enough game time, with the lads, obviously. Well, Hammer is not going to come into this game because he's not playing. He's not on the bench. But I think Sousa might give us a little bit of a change as far as formation and look.
Yeah. Guys, I'm always seeing 2 likes on our end. You got to remember to hit the like button. We usually have like 30 by this time. I'm only seeing 2. You guys are telling me I suck. Okay, Palace have a free kick inside or parallel with United's box as it is sought out by Ahmed Hodges. He's off to the races. He gives it short to Ben Osborne. Osborne not able to get the ball. He tries to win it back. George is probably going to see this bad boy out for the goal kick to United. Just as they're showing Edwards' number just kind of hanging off there. That is, who's that on? The Kit Man.
I think we only see the likes on Facebook.
Oh,
chat, apparently there's 30 likes on YouTube. But, to quote Matthew McConaughey, those are rookie numbers. We got to get those numbers up.
We got to get him up.
I see 51. I just pulled up YouTube. 51 likes. So, hey, that's pretty decent. Let's keep that number going up, though.
Hammer time. Ball over to the top, looking for the smallest player on the pitch. It almost falls to him, and it goes out for a corner to United. Come on, boys! Come on!
That's the Ben Osborne effect. Got in his mind.
I like that you just celebrated a corner like we scored a goal.
Well, it's the fact that the smallest man on the pitch just almost won that ball over the top. He's playing it's like a kid amongst grown men out there. He's that small. I mean, it's a thing of beauty. Ollie Norwood, 2 hands up. Hey, puts the corner in. Comes in. Oh, over the bar. Unmarked, but Squarehead never can hit it with his square head. He always heads it over. He was unmarked. Johnny Egan made a run into the box. It just...
Johnston had it covered, though. That near post, I think even if he gets it on target, I'm pretty sure, Johnston had it covered. So
he would have had to aim for the far post there and get it just in that upper corner. But, Egan always seems to get free on corners. He always gets ahead. Ahmed Hodgic, I think, has more skill, and I know Trusty has goals from corners. So the 3 of them over the course of the season, that could be dangerous if Egan can just bring it down just a little bit, right? Just work the corner of your square head the opposite way. And
United pressing for the first time, and we quickly give the ball back to Crystal Palace, and now we're going to have to adjust and get back here.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of cranking up the pressure. One thing we do need to see is this half wears on. We have to see United in more possession just to alleviate that pressure we've talked about on the back line. It has to go as Eze with the ball, top of the box. Nori comes in, a beautiful tackle from Nori. He knocks the ball away, and it's cleared out, but only to halfway for a Palace throw. And yeah, it was good. I mean, ballsy tackle by by Norwood coming in there. That's a little risky.
If you read the stats there, Norwood, one of the best tacklers, out of the midfield in the championship last season. So doesn't surprise me that he's putting in good tackles here in the Prem already.
Yeah. Ball in the back of Palace. Again, Anderson on the ball, looking for Ward on the right-hand side. That's the only side they really want to try. The left side kind of shut off by the likes of Baldock. Traore pressing the ball. Guéhi goes right around him.
Yeah, beaten easily.
Yeah, and the ball comes in. It's deflected to the boy. West has got it. Doucouré has a shot, and West goes down. And an easy save in the end. But West will like those shots from long range on the floor like that. Easy to say. Or easy to save, I should say.
Yeah, West is his skill set plays well to that. I don't know if Crystal Palace, I think their goals are going to have to come from those deflections inside the box. It's going to land on Eze or Ayu's foot with like everybody's backs turned, because we're committing hard to that first player, and so far it's worked for us. But I think that's where Crystal Palace's goal could come from.
Osula was fouled there, as that ball came in for him. I mean, he was like being dragged back, but of course, ref blows for a foul on for Palace basically, and it's a free kick out of the midfield. So, I don't think there have been any shocking reffing decisions thus far. Norwood, he absolutely smashed Edwards' foot there, but that was kind of a 50. It was a 50-50 ball.
Yeah. You can't, call it a foul. It's not a card. Both players went for it. Palace lumping the ball over the back. Egan going down. Eze on the ball. Nope. Nothing. Palace have it. Ayu on the ball now. Has a shot. It's out for a Palace Crystal corner on the far hand side. So Palace Crystal is going to take this one from the right hand side as it took a deflection in the box.
Palace Crystal.
The
Palace. It was a good block by Max Lowe there. Ball comes out to the right hand side from a Palace attacking perspective, and Max Lowe with a very, very good block in the box there to deny a chance.
And here comes the corner in from Ed.
Free header.
Heads go up, and it goes over. Is it another corner? No,
it is a goal kick.
Goal kick. But yes, it was definitely a good corner. We're just not really wanting to jump on set pieces, it looks like.
Well,
they jumped. JLT wasn't even close to his man, and then it goes back post. Ahmed Hadjic being wrangled a bit around and inevitably going out for a goal kick. West will get us underway shortly. It's I think it's key to get to halftime with this game either 0-0 or United 1-0 to keep Asua cheeky trying to get around the defender. But I think this is going to get to halftime, and I'm knocking on wood right now. This is pretty even game. Palace tried to assert their dominance, but United clawed them back. There was like a 10-minute spell.
I think, Palace have still had the majority of possession. They have had the majority of the chances. We can say it's even, but I think the stats will probably, give it to Palace a little bit. Oh, great bit of skill there from Max Lowe, and then a horrible pass. But he was fouled. Yep. Nicholas, Sanderberger was an absolute passenger last night against Man City. Granted, it's Man City, and you're on a recently promoted side, but looked lost out there. I think he had 6 touches, in the whole first half. Nobody had less touches.
Yeah.
It was interesting to me to see Sander bypassed by his teammates yesterday. Anytime they had the ball or were looking for a pass, he would be open near them and they would just dribble around him or they'd pass it past him. And that made me chuckle.
Ball worked into the smallest player on the pitch. Ben Osborne. Traore comes away with it. Over to Georgie Baldock. Ben Osborne head up, looking for a cross. Overlap with Gorgeous George. Come on, get in there, George. There.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, for a corner. What a run by Gorgeous. Golly, man.
I think we all said it. We all said that George was going to be fine at this level. And, here he is kind of proving everybody right. Great overlapping run there.
I think he's worth $50 million. I mean, I think he's worth more than Illiman and Dye in this team. Ollie Norwood, hands raised if you want a goal. Corner comes in. Oh, heads go up. I think it's another. Oh, it should have been another corner. Yeah, it took
Ahmed Hodzic with the header there, and that clearly went off of his defender. I mean, clearly.
Yeah, it did. It took a deflection. He headed it down, and as Scott said, there's 0 goals in the rest of the games at 3 p.m. that kicked off at 3 p.m. To be expected. I think week 1 is match day 1 is so hard to predict. And I feel like it's just like I said at the beginning of this, we still have a few more games of preseason. Everybody's not dialed in like I'm sure the top 6 will do. I mean, they'll all look like world beaters. I think the rest of the league is going to take a few more weeks to get the ball, get the train moving down the tracks a little bit.
Yeah.
Palace have a throw in inside United half, about level with the 6-yard box. They throw it in. Eze, who started hot, kind of has cooled off a bit. Anderson on the ball. IU looking to turn Maximus low. Ben Osborne comes in. Palace scream for handball. JLT clears it. But back to Anderson, and he just dumps it out for a United throw-in. Brighton are winning against America's team, Luton, and the world's team, the greatest team ever to
America's team.
I'm just saying they're already riding them on the coverage over here. How great they are, blah 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 blah. They're Nottingham Forest of last year, blah 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 blah.
Look, there's a sweetheart every single season, and we are not the sweetheart, unfortunately, this season. That is Luton. Because look at their tiny ground. Look at their tiny ground, Chad.
Yeah, look at it. If you haven't seen it, Google it. United come away with the ball. There should have been a couple of questionable fouls in there. Snakehip heads it down to Ollie Norwood, and United just settle it down. We have under 10 minutes until halftime, although we're probably going to have 6 to 8 minutes of added time because that's how the Premier League is going to do it this year with the amount of ball not in play. So you're going to see an elevated time at the end of the half of the first half and second half. As United give the ball away, Snakehips wins it back, but there's
It was a foul.
Yep.
Here's the thing. When we have the ball, we need to be better with it. We need to take care of it. We're giving the ball away far too cheaply in the midfield. It just kind of speaks to the fact that, that midfield is not the best. It really is not the best right now.
Yeah, we're bypassing them quite a bit. The tactic seems to be over the top or down the sides.
Cross comes in. Go ahead, Robert. Corner pass.
Yeah, you're definitely missing that quality, like you said. But I think we get Hammer in there. You get Souza, Vinny, kind of he's that defensive midfielder. So if he can lock up but in front of the back line, it allows Norwood and Hammer the ability and the freedom to run further forward and link the play and the attack through the midfield to give you that one more option. So you don't always have to go over the top or down the sides.
Corner comes in.
Dealt with. And heads go up. And it's over everyone. Deflected back. Anderson's going to pick it up for Palace of Crystal. Ben Troyer is going to try and close him down. He gets run around in the circle. Header or cross comes in. It takes a deflection. Falls to the foot of
Osula's got to be really careful.
Yeah, I mean
that was really careful there.
He was
all over his back.
Yeah. Yeah, he just fouled. Oh yeah, I'm surprised. The ref is being really kind to Asula.
Really, really lenient there. Yeah, and I think one or two more of those fouls, and he's going to get sent off.
He better not. I mean, we can't afford to lose him this so early in the game. Eze's gonna stand over the ball here, and he's gonna have it. It's about
Might have a crack.
29.75 yards out.
Go on.
Here
Go
we go.
on.
On the counter, come United. Traore on the ball. He doesn't know how to handle the ball. God, he has no first touch. He is terrible. God, that is awful. United should have been off to the races. That was awful. Golly, man, out of the gates, and he stumbles over the ball. Golly, you got to have the ball in front of you before you get the. That's like, oh, man, that irritates me, man. You got to be able to get that ball out there. You got to be off to the races. United aren't going to have much possession in the other end. You got to be able to get the counter attack. And Palace come away with the ball, but it's only out to Johnny Squarehead Egan over to Norwood. Ahmed Hadjic on the right-hand side. He's closed down.
Good
he
pass.
It back into Norwood. Norwood all the way back to JLT. JLT all the way back to Wesley. Wesley on the ball now. He's going to lump it up. Is it going to make Asula loses out, but it falls to Norwood. Over to Max Lowe on the left-hand side. Norwood on the ball now. A decent ping sought out by Mitchell over on the left-hand side. Schlupp on the ball. He sees his boy over on the right-hand side, Edward, but it's Ayew on the right-hand side now. Is he going to cross it in? Max Lowe giving him all kinds of space. It's over to Ward on the right-hand side. Back to Ayew. He's dispossessed. It should be a United throw, and it is. God, there was a terrible pass of play from United. Terrible. So bad.
But Max Lowe.
Your commentary is giving me so much anxiety, Chad.
Golly.
But let's take a moment to appreciate Max Lowe. Ran down, chased that ball down before it could get to the Palace player making that run when they passed that long ball up. And yes, he was given Ayew space, but he was playing Ayew to his left foot when he's right-footed playing on that right side. So that was smart from Lowe because he knew Ayew wasn't going to want to cross it in with the right foot. He was going to try to cut back towards the end line. So honestly, great defending from Max Lowe, and to top it off, he won the throw in there. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from him so far today.
Yeah, he's been one of our better players in this first half. So, we talked about that brass ring earlier. This might be Lowe taking that brass ring, which he's going to need to do. Until we have a fit RND, that position is wide open, and he is so far through 41 minutes of this first half really grabbing that brass ring for me.
Yeah. Palace have the ball just inside of United half. Anderson over to Decore, back to Anderson, over to Guhi on the ball, over to Mitchell on the left-hand side. He goes over into Eze on the ball. Eze on the ball. Over to Mitchell. He tries to work it. That should have been a foul. Yes, it is. Yeah. It is a foul.
Oh, it seems like we got a couple of pigs in the chat. Good morning, pigs. Hope the championship is treating you well. Expect you to get turned over on a weekly basis.
And
turnovers, that's tasty.
Turnovers, yes, apple turnovers. I could go for one right now. Wes smiling in his. Oh, man, I really like that goalkeeper kit. If I didn't just purchase a new vehicle yesterday, I'd buy every kit United has. Ball goes out and adjusts for a.
It's a foul on Traore.
Yeah,
there.
I don't know what that
but
was.
He's 100 pounds soaking wet, as Nicholas said here in the chat. And I don't know how he could possibly foul, someone who's double his size. Anyway, here come Palace down the left-hand side again.
Ayew on the ball. Ayew still on the ball, giving him plenty of space. Snake Hips puts in a tackle and throws off Ayew's run over to Mitchell on the left-hand side. Mitchell with the ball. We're trying to work it in through Eze. It is cleared out over halfway line. I think it went out for a...
No, it took a weird bounce. Very weird bounce. Yeah.
Somebody's down. Well, that was a weird passage of play there. It looked like everybody stopped. So United are going to have a goal kick. It's like everybody kind of gave up on that one. Did it not look like everybody stopped?
It was supposed to go out, and then it had just enough spin on it that it bounced at the halfway line and stayed in.
Yeah, it's United will get us back underway. I'm curious to see how much added time we do have in this first half coming up. Probably a decent amount since we've had a fair share of throw-ins in a few corners.
Great pass from Traore there. Benno. Look at Benno.
And Osborne looked lost. He's like, well, I don't know what to do with this. Why do I have the ball?
No, he got away from two.
Ahmed Hodzic over to Baldock. Baldock, good cross in. Hit it, Max Lowe. Where are you turning the wrong way? What are you doing? Max Lowe on the ball. He had nobody on him within 3 yards.
Norwood.
Shot on target.
Maybe the ball.
What in the heck was Max Lowe doing right there?
I think the ball
turned the wrong way.
I think the ball had to take a spin on him or something because that would have fell right to him and would have been a shot.
Entirely plausible, but at the same time, I mean, you got to read which way the ball is spinning. You're a professional. I don't know. Yeah. Just my 2 cents there. He spins the right way there. That is a good shot on target probably for Max Lowe.
Yeah. Palace with the ball. It's at the foot of Schlupp now over to Eze. Eze dribbling the ball, gets into the box. George Baldock's like, you will not have anything, and it goes out for a goal kick. You can tell the Palace is trying to get Eze the ball, and they're like, if Eze doesn't do anything, we're probably not going to do anything because he's been their man. He's been their
he's their talisman now that Zaha is gone.
Yeah, and I feel like if we had Ndai still with us, that's what we would be doing. If he's not going to do anything, the rest of the team's not going to do anything because we don't have any attacking prowess. So I think if we had Ndai, I think these teams would be exactly even. And I mean, it shows on the scoreboard that
I'm gonna say if we had 1 minute of added time, what is this?
Wow. Okay, I'll take it. So 60.
I'll take it. Get into halftime. But Ahmed Hodzic is down rubbing the back of his head right here. I say if we had Ahmed Hodzic and Berger, I think that we're actually maybe winning this game. Maybe.
Yeah, you never know.
I mean, Palace have looked shaky at times at the back.
Yes, if we had some attacking prowess, we would probably be good. As the ball comes in from a free kick, it's one.
That's a foul.
He's cleared out. That should be a card of some color, yellow or red. Jefferson Lerma went in. That was a reckless challenge. Yeah, he won't go in the book. He will go in the book.
Bash did put him off balance a little bit, so I'm surprised that wasn't the foul that was called. As you can see on the replay,
yeah,
here,
Bash did give him a little bit of a forearm.
He set a pick there. Bash did.
Yeah, and then Lerma dives with his feet into Traore because of that, and he gets the foul called. I like it. It's a good call. Studs up and everything.
We have an attacking set piece. Norwood and Benno standing over the ball. You believe Norwood
good position.
Serve this one in. Benno's got his hands up. He wants free ice cream at halftime. Benno's going to take it. Comes in. Easy.
And right to Johnston.
And I think probably that's going to be about it. And it is halftime. Free ice cream for everyone.
Put your thoughts in the chat. Tell us what you thought about that first half. As far as I'm concerned, not too bad. We didn't concede. We didn't have a lot of the ball going forward. Asula, who they're showing on television right now, needs to be a little bit more careful. But as they say, in order to win, you got to score goals. So what do we need to do? First and foremost, gentlemen, thoughts on the first half, and then secondly, what do we need to do in order to score a goal and come away with 3 points in this game?
Yeah, so I'll kick it off. First 10, 15 minutes, we were confident. We were getting forward. We were creating attacking opportunities. Will Asula had that amazing curving shot that went just wide of the far post on the left-hand side. So I think that was one of our better opportunities. And then, again, last 5-10 minutes of the half, we finally figured out how to do our counterattacks. And really it was George Baldock and Ben Osborne working together on the right-hand side and getting a cross into the box, winning a corner, trying to create some sort of attacking chance from that side. But overall, I will say that the positive for me is the defense, not necessarily like our quality of defense, but our reactive last ditch. We got to clear this ball. We're not letting Palace get to many loose balls and letting them have too many free shots. The ones they are getting are far outside the box. And, we're getting beat sometimes, as I pointed out a couple times in the half. And some of our initial clearances are not getting past that first player. We're kind of hitting off each other's backs and ankles and things like that.
Yeah.
But we're not making the big mistake yet. Everything's been fairly clean. It's just you can tell we're a slight step of quality away from where Palace have been at.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you, Chad. I'm sorry, Robert. Can't believe I called you Chad. Like as far as that first half, I think one of the best opportunities of the game came to Willow Sula. I can't remember, it was like the 20-something minute. They're actually showing it right now on the television. If that doesn't take that little nick, that might wind up in the back of the neck. But, unfortunately, Benny Traore has not really been super involved in this game. What we're going to need in the second half, and a couple of people put it in the chat earlier, we need Souza and Slimani on. We need to change up this midfield because it's just not good enough to get the ball into attacking players' feet at this point. And we need that little bit of creativity, in my humble opinion. Anas Ben Slimani brings that. I don't know why, unless he's not 100% fit. I don't know why he wasn't in the starting 11 today. But I think he could be the game changer for us. Look, he's not very tall. He's not going to be heading the ball in the midfield, but ball at his feet, I think he's a lot better quality than what we currently have out there. Bash has been relatively invisible out there. I haven't seen him do a whole lot. I thought he was okay defensively, but I'm talking about going forward. But yeah, look, the defense has kept us in this game. There have been several moments where, if we're not for good tackle here, Palace probably would be up 2-0. So, we need to keep that solid defense, try to find a little creativity going forward.
Yeah, I would agree. We change a little bit of at midfield. I think you keep Maximus Lowe out there for 90. You keep Georgie Baldock out there for 90. Ollie Norwood probably out there for 90. I would assume that your two substitutions are going to be Bash and Osborne. Maybe even Trusty in for JLT. But, looking at the team, we're going to need to get something off of a set piece. We're not going to score outright off of a counter or from open play. I have a feeling we're just struggling a bit at that, and we all knew that. So, if we keep it 0-0, I'm okay with that. As long as we don't concede, because the whole thing is, it's what's going to save us is these clean sheets. If we can keep clean sheets early in the season and don't concede and don't get turned over by massive scorelines like Burnley did yesterday, losing 3-0, Forest lost 2-1 earlier, two teams that are probably going to be in and around the relegation battle. If we can see this one out and get a draw, I'm okay with it. I'll take it all. Yeah. I'll take it all day.
Gentlemen, I am going to be right back. My customary pint and pie, a.k.a.
And poop.
Yeah. The 3 Ps, as they say. I will be right back. But thank you all for tuning in thus far. Your participation in the comments has been spot on. Really enjoying this one so far. The Blades are back in the Premier League, and I'm loving it.
I'm loving it. Like McDonald's. I'm loving it. So, Roberto, should we do our normal where you listening, where you watching from in the chat row? Chat row, if you feel like putting in where you're watching and listening and following United around the world. Portland, Oregon, Blade. I hope you're not in Portland, Oregon today. Hopefully you surprise us with some other place. Yeah, so Robert, your thoughts on what you think United need to do? I'll pose this question to you. Do you keep the same team that started to start the game, or do you make subs at halftime? knowing as what I said, because in my head, I'm thinking of this as another preseason game. And the
Mm.
fact that we do get 5 substitution helps us a little bit. We can make 3. I don't see us making all 5, but do you wait for the game to wear on and make changes, or do you maybe take Bash out and put Slimani in, or put Souza in to start the second half? Your thoughts?
Yeah. So the one change I would consider making at halftime would be Basham for Vinny Souza. That's honestly the only one, because I think everybody else has been good quality other than Traore, but I don't think we have a replacement for him, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would make that change. Everything else is going to be a late in the half type of substitution. I think you could put Slimani on for Osborne, but I do like what Osborne's been doing so far. It's just, his shorter height, his less physicality that is really his only downside today. But he's been compensating for that. As you said, he won a long ball over the top. He basically won that, and it led to a corner for United. So him and Baldock linking up on the right-hand side, I wouldn't want to necessarily remove that good connection right now to start the second half, when that was our most dangerous phase of play at the end of the first half. So I would stick with that one for probably another 15, 20 minutes, see how it goes, see if we can get a couple more set pieces, a couple crossing to the box opportunities to have Asula try to get on the end of. But after that, then sure, you can start making those other subs. But Souza for Bash, that one I would be okay with. I think Trusty late in the game for JLT, because I haven't seen a lot from Robinson going forward. He's definitely been kind of a cleanup sweeper type defender for us today, and I think that's been solid. But Trusty from corners, last 10 minutes of the match, if this thing's still level 1-1 or a 0-0, excuse me, I think that could be very beneficial for us.
That was another question I was gonna pose to you. Is it something where United late in the game, maybe 75, 80, even 85 minutes, you kind of wave the white flag and say, okay, we'll take a draw and then go more defensively, let Palace have the ball? Or is it something where you think we need to, have that defensive solidity, but also try and get the ball so we're not soaking up so much possession where they get us too narrow and it takes a couple of deflections, and next thing you know, we're a goal behind when we're trying to go very defensive.
Yeah, so I wouldn't flip like 100% defend unless we went up a goal. Then I would go that way.
Yeah.
That's the only time I'd do the whole park the bus type tactic. Honestly, we've held our own so far with trying to do the counterattack, trying to still look for the goal opportunities, because honestly, that is how you take the pace and productivity out of Palace, is don't give them the ball. The more we can hold on to the ball, the better. But if you go 100% defend, 11 men behind the ball, it's going to give Palace so much time and space and freedom to do what they want that they will inevitably get a goal. That's the quality of the Premier League. I just don't think our defense has the quality to do a true park the bus, sit in front of the goal and not let them score. So if we're still 0-0, last 10 minutes, I would make like for like changes with good defenders like Souza, like Trusty, but I would not switch our tactics. I would still go forward, try to find set pieces for those lads to score from.
Yeah, Dublin Blade just made me laugh. I put in Dublin, North Carolina. Yeah, I mean it's a very odd, situation to be, because honestly, right now, if it ended full time 0-0, I'd take it. I would take it 100%. It's a point on the board. It's a point towards our goal of probably about 35 to 38 points to staying up. And if the other teams, I'm looking at Forest losing, Burnley losing, Luton's losing right now. So those 3 teams right now that are going to be in and around us, if we can get this, above them, get a foot up on them, and then we play basically, I hate to say it, next week, a relegation 6-pointer at Nottingham Forest. If we can get a result there, I mean, that almost gives us a leg up so early into the season on maybe a few of our competitors. But I just it's this is so hard to tell because
Mhm.
all of this is basically we're just kind of throwing something at the wall and trying to get it to stick, and because we have no idea how the season's going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, for all we know, by Christmas we could be 10th in the league,
Mhm.
and not have any doubt of us being able to stay up, and or we could be come the first of the year, we could be rooted to the bottom wishing we would have got something out of this game, and we lose every game we've played, or only have a couple points by Christmas, like the last time we were in the league. It's just so tough to tell. And if we bring in a few more players with better quality, I like to think that we'll give it a chance, and we're not dead going into the season and already have 2 foot back in the second division.
Yeah.
It is interesting. Uh,
And the big thing to remember is the side that we're starting today is not our finished side, even from the players we already have through the door,
mhm,
because Hammer is going to come in and he's going to make a big difference. He's just not able to play today because it was such a late signing. Trusty is going to be quality for us at the back, whether it's him or Robinson, or they're just pushing each other on. That left-handed center back or left-sided center back position is going to increase in quality just from the competition between the two. And Souza coming into the midfield as well, replacing what likely would be Basham from today's starting lineup
mhm.
as he builds into the system. That's the quality that we have ready to go. We just need a little bit more time to get that set up. So I'm not actually as concerned right now because today's performance is indicative of us on our worst day so far. And
Yeah,
if this is us on our worst day, we're good this year. I think we could survive 17th, 16th, 15th, somewhere in that range. But obviously, a lot can happen. Injuries can happen. We could be goalless the whole season because we don't have any strikers. So
right.
there's still a lot to be said for this season before the transfer window closes, and a lot that will impact how we perform going
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think the point here is that there's so many question marks with this squad right now. What does this side look like when we're going to have a different midfield, a completely different midfield potentially. Norwood may stay, and start the majority of the games, but look, we're going to have Hamer come in. We're going to have Souza come in at some point. We're looking at potentially, and the rumors are starting to swirl here that Tommy Doyle might come back. He goes straight into this side for me. I know a lot of people say he's not Prem quality, but he's better than what we have right now, and he's creative. That is the biggest question mark right now concerning our midfield. We just are completely lacking in creativity in this game. As several people have said, get Slimani in, get Souza in. Maybe 60 minutes. Give the boys who have started maybe 15 to try to nick something. But then I think if you're Paul Heckingbottom, you have to bring in Slimani at the least. At
Yeah.
least bring in Slimani. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see how this game wears on, how the two sides react to the game. Certainly, if it stays 0-0, I'm very curious to see if Hecky has grown as a man manager, or an in-game manager from from seasons past. As it looks like United are not going to make any changes. I will give a score update around the league. There's only been one goal. Your full-time result from the early morning delayed kickoff: Arsenal 2 and Nottingham Forest 0, or I mean 1,
One.
excuse me, and Brighton lead 1-0 over Luton. The rest of the games in the league all 0-0. And the best league in the whole world. Shocker today, Coventry without Gustavo Hammer, beat Borough 3-0. That's a surprising result, as
Wow.
we are about to get this bad boy underway. United kicking right to left in this second half. They replaced the Edward shirt, so now all 22 number back on his shirt as they are kicking, and we are underway in the second half. Palace get us underway, kicking left to right. Palace, oddly enough, kicking towards the cop, which we said in the first half. It's really odd that Palace would choose to kick away from their supporters in the second half. But hey, it is what it is. Palace on the ball down the right hand side. They go. It's sought out for a goal kick as Max Lowe closes down his attacker. And yeah, it's weird to see United not attacking the cop in the second half. It's been probably a few many games since United haven't done that.
Yeah, I think it's gamesmanship. I think from Palace, who I think were the ones who picked that, because United would never pick that.
Yeah, West gets us back underway. Fires it down. Robert, you had a comment?
No, I was completely agreeing. I don't know why, if we chose that, why we would, but I'm guessing that it was Crystal Palace winning the coin toss and making that decision.
The coin toss. United have the ball on it right now. Max Lowe lifts it up. It's kind of being knocked around. It's back at the foot of West in goal. And now it's in Ollie Norwood. Now Ollie Norwood on the ball. Johnny Squarehead Egan heads it.
Go on!
Come on,
Go on, Betty.
Get on the ball! No, my God, he sucks! He sucks so bad! God, he sucks! Man, he sucks! Oh, man, it's so hard. Like, how is it so hard? Ball comes into Norwood, and he just lofts this one up to Sam Johnson. God, he just can't. Like, what is he doing? Is he playing with a bowling ball or what?
In Traore's defense, he ended up winning the ball.
Didn't take the ball in on goal.
Yeah, he didn't take. It was an opportunity. It was there for him. But one little touch on it, and oh man, Ahmed Hadzic again clearing it into Palace player.
Oh, thank God for Gorgeous George over on the right hand side. He just lumps it forward, and Traore whiffs on the header. Back at the foot of Anderson currently, working on the left hand side now. They're looking to get the ball into Decore. Decore still on the ball, looking for Eze. Eze kind of man marked. They give the ball away. It falls to Eze. It's now on the left hand side still. It's kind of at a walking pace now. Gihi on the ball now, or to Anderson. Works it into Decore. A loose pass. Now it's back at the foot of Anderson. He shrugs off Traore. And they'll work it up the left-hand side. Notice they haven't gone up the right-hand side that much. Down the left-hand side they go. It's just they're kicking it about. Gihi on the ball. Gihi over to Anderson. Anderson on the right-hand side lumps it up looking for Ayew. Ayew on the ball. He gives it back to Ward. Ward over to Decore. Decore over to Ward. Ayew in interplay. They're working it down the right-hand side. Ayew holding the ball up. They're working it down the right-hand side right now. Ayew trying to get away from his man marker. Max Lowe putting in an absolute shift. And here comes Jefferson Lermer. Space to run. Edwards offsides over to Ayew on the right-hand side. Ben Osborne tries to close him down. Ayew works it in. It's 1-0 Palace. Just like that, United go behind. Edward flicks it on, and United trail. What not to do. I mean, it was a great cross in from Ayew on the right-hand side. Edward just sticks his foot. West beaten thoroughly. 1-0 to the visitors.
Very patient build. Very, very patient build up there. And, Benno just beaten down the side there. Ayew with a really, really good ball in. And nobody gets on it. Everybody's just standing there. And, just a touch in, and that's the way the cookie crumbles right there. Just poor defensively, and a good cross from Ayew. Really, really good cross from Ayew.
Yeah, it was. Benno did everything. It was just a good cross that came in. I mean, he man marked Ayew. I mean, he the only thing he didn't do is win the ball. But the cross comes in. Just ball watching everybody.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
one
I
of
mean,
those like if Max Lowe is there instead of Osborne, does Lowe do a better job? I don't
And this could
know.
be two. Palace in on goal. IU again. He carries it wide. I didn't mean to cut you off, Robert. Continue.
Nope. Yeah. Out for the Blades throw at the far corner flag. But yeah, Max Lowe, I think earlier in the game showed that you can't give IU the chance to run on that end line and cross it in. And Osborne did a little bit too much of that. He was a little bit further back from him. And so he got a really good cross in. On the replay, there's a chance that Jack Robinson maybe could have stepped in and gotten in the way of it, pushed it out for a corner, but it was at like chest height, so it likely could have been a handball if he tried to do anything anyways. So yeah, not much from that level of quality from IU.
Yeah. Palace have a Johnny Squarehead Egan saved it out for a Palace throw in on the far touchline. They're just
yeah,
waiting to throw it in, gets it into Jefferson Lerma. Jefferson Lerma, takes a heavy touch. It's all Palace. The field's slanted in the Eagles' favor heavily now. United can barely even get a touch of the ball. Eze on the ball now. Eze on the ball. Lermer. Eze over to Mitchell on the left-hand side. He's going to go over to Gehi. Gehi back to Anderson. Anderson all the way back to Johnson. And is he going to lump it? Or yes, he's going to lump it forward, and it goes to the foot of Ahmed Hodzic. Over to Egan, gets caught in possession. This could be two. Thank God JLT's back there. He wins it. It goes out for a corner or a goal kick.
okay.
United are under pressure, and it looks like they could concede two before getting one. West.
Yeah, very negative to start the second half here. I mean, we're just really having a tough time staying on the ball. The feeling is, and I'm not listening to the commentary and I'm not hearing the crowd, but I feel like maybe the air has just kind of been sucked out of the building here.
Yeah, that's probably very evident as Palace have the ball for a throw-in inside their half after Wes's goal kick goes awry. Little tricky tricks, flicks and tricks. Eduardo to Eze. Eze's probably fouled. This is going to be a free kick opportunity for Eze as Ahmed Hodzic fouled him. And are they going to brandish card number 2 of the game? Nope. Norwood poked the ball away. Eze tried to get it. Oh, Norwood did not poke the ball away. Excuse me. And Ahmed Hodzic fouled Eze as this is about 23.97628 yards out from goal. If my micrometer is on, my ichrometer, I should say. A very dangerous spot for Eze, who's clearly going to take this one. Wes has to be on his game here. Is he going to go right? Is he going to go left? Is he just going to kick it to Rose Zed? We shall see. We have the tallest wall and probably
Gotta watch Ward.
Joe Ward is unmarked. You would like to think that Snake Hips is going to bail out on him. And Eze hits it into the wall, comes back in. Or is Traore going to... Yep, of course. He doesn't have any first touch. How do we buy a guy with no first touch? God, he's terrible. Osua on the ball as United beat the pressure from Palace. I definitely would take Traore off, and I wouldn't welcome him back for a couple of games. That's just my opinion, not anybody else's.
Gotta get Slimani on. Must get Slimani on.
I mean, at this rate, Ahmed Hodzic, I mean, doing everything he can, but unfortunately you can't grab his leg as well. That's just country strong, as they say over here. As Palace come again down the left-hand side, Ahmed Hodge is able to clear. It's like United when we have the ball for 2 seconds, we don't know how to react, and we just clear. And Palace come again. Eze on the ball again.
Very, very reminiscent. I'm having Vietnam like flashbacks to the last time we were at this level.
Yeah.
And here comes Eze
again.
into the
Here
box.
they come. Shirley's gonna have a shot. Oh, Decore, top of the box. He goes around. Oh, good thing we close him down. And here they come again. And Usua, that should be. Is that gonna be yellow? I mean, dude, you can't follow the dude. He's got to come off. The front two have to come off. We're not going to score in this game with those two because the midfield can't link up. Take them off. Traore has no first touch, and Will Sue is going to get his. He's going to get suspended for 3 games because he's going to get or a game because he gets a second yellow card and gets sent off. I mean, there's no reason for that foul. There's absolutely no reason. That is just
Lerma keeps his leg out there way longer than necessary. He's looking for that, and Azula's got to be smarter. Yeah, he didn't mean to foul him. But these are smart players in the Prem. You can tell some of the inexperience from Will is starting to show. I don't think he's intended to do any of these fouls that he's been called for, but they are fouls, and he's just got to be smarter because these Crystal Palace players are looking for that contact. They're drawing it out, and he's going to get called in this league.
Ball gets flipped up, and Eduardo, don't know what that was. Ball gets
good first touch
down.
From Traore there. Really good first touch.
Light shines on a dog's rear end every once in a while.
That's a foul. How is that not a foul?
Yay, there's a foul there. Ahmed Hodge is going in the book there. That is a yellow card for Ahmed Hodzic.
That should have been a foul on Willisula beforehand. He was clearly fouled. But
definitely a yellow for NL. Yeah. Kicking the leg up high to try to trip him is funny.
49 minutes. Okay, so after Ahmed Hodzic goes in the book, they take the free kick. Falls at the feet of Benno, who why just bail the ball out like that? Surely you can run another 7 to 10 yards before the man starts marking you, and then you can get rid of it. I mean, it's like we are clueless when we have the ball. I mean, I guess it's, I don't know, the step up in leagues or something, but it's just like they look like they have never played before. I mean, hell, I don't even think Gustavo Hema would save this side. I mean, he's not going to change the side that much to where we look inept at everything. 30.
I'm going to disagree with you on that point. I think Hamer gives us something different in the midfield, which is what we're screaming for at this point.
33% of the ball, though. I mean, surely he's not going to be able to hold the ball the entire time. We got to get it back.
But it's one more option. And when we have more options, that's more the defense has to worry about. Right now, all they have to do is sit back, let us kick it forward, and they just have to win that ball. And they are doing that very, very easily. So if we have another way to progress the ball forward, then defenses now have to think about multiple routes to defend, and that's where we start to get opportunities. We start to get possession, and just move the ball out of our third and into the middle third or the attacking third.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Foul on
Traore is going. He's going in the book. I don't know how that's a yellow card.
I think he was grabbing the
I think he was grabbing the spray. I don't think he was going in the book.
Oh, got it. Yeah. I saw him reach for his pocket and just assumed that he was going into the book there.
Yeah. Other than that, it's just kind of we're limping. I feel like we're limping home at this point. See if we make any changes. If we do, see if we can not be hemmed in. Eze taking this set piece, the right hand side of goal. Let's see if a good ball comes in from Eze, or does United see it out? Decent set piece, balls almost to IU, cleared out by Max Lowe for a Crystal Palace corner.
Good. Very, very good from Lowe. He was in the right spot there to clear it out. Otherwise, it's surely 2-0.
Yeah, and there's a chance West gets there first before IU, but Max Lowe doing the safe thing.
You would like to think if United are hanging on right now, if they give up a second one, they could easily get beat 4. They could. I mean, this one is. It's like if a second goes in, then it breaks their spirit, and it just kind of like, oh, why are we playing this? Traore, not again. Then gets shoved by Ayu and then proceeds to follow him. Okay, so
He's got like a bunch of sand on his face or something.
I think it's probably the mixture in amongst the pitch of Bramall Lane. Yeah, it's that's certainly not a good way to give the ball away. And
Yeah, I agree with this one. I agree with this one, George. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's you're already trailing. Why not go for it? What's the worst we're gonna do? Get turned over? If you give up, and great save by Wes as there goes that man again, number double deuce from Palace. Edward, just unmarked. Snake hips loses him at the back post. Free header, West there to save it. And then United have the ball, but I'm sure we'll give it away. Snake hips being Snake hips himself. JLT on the ball. Norwood on the ball.
Good job, Georgie.
Ball over to Georges. Traore, of course, gives the ball away. Snake hips overruns it, and here come Palace again. Down the left-hand side, if I haven't said it 500 times. Working the ball into Edward. No. Eze on the ball. Over to Edward. He doesn't have a first touch. He gives the ball away. Come on, off to the races, boy. Let's go. Benno's making a run. Give him the ball. Hit it, Benno.
Yes.
Hit it. Go. His legs are so short. If he was like 6 foot, he's gapping Anderson. He's got a shot on goal, but he's so short. Benno, man, a good effort.
Great block. Great block from Anderson, though.
That's a shot on target if Anderson doesn't get in. Went out for a throw in. Ball on the right-hand side with the blades. Good piece of inner work. Traore should have went down. He was being pulled back. Should have went down. You wouldn't have got a penalty, but damn, you would have at least had to make the ref think a minute. And then we give the ball away, and it's a foul. It's free.
Yeah. Yeah, Benny's a little bit out of his depth, it looks like, a little bit, you know?
I didn't see a lot of contact on that one, to be honest. Eze's going around really today. Not a fan of that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what part of being back in the Premier League I do not like. You know, it's like every little bit of contact, go down, try to coax some ridiculous calls out of the referee.
55 minutes of the game is actually being played. That they have the lowest rate of time being on the ball in play than all other big 5 European leagues. That's why you're going to see so much added time in the second half, especially if these teams try to time waste. Palace being up 1-0, this could end up being.
Ooh.
Oh no! Come on, Hodgson! Come on, square up to Max Lowe.
Jeez, that should be a yellow. He grabbed Max Lowe's arm. Yeah, Hecky's over there talking to the fourth official.
Hecky's on him. But no, of course, give Grandpa his milk. It's about
angry Grandpa right there.
Yeah, about time for
I
him
don't
to
think
go to
I've
sleep.
seen him move that fast ever. The way he grabbed Lowe, like that was more movement I've ever seen from him.
Yeah, I don't.
He just pushes him back.
He's like, get out of here! What are you doing?
He looks like he wants a scrap there.
Yeah. Oh, ball for Palace up. Gonna go out for a free kick just by the corner flag on the right-hand side or the near side here. Squarehead sees that one out again. Coming up on 65 minutes here. You would like to think that within the next 5 to 10 Hecky's going to make a substitution. But we shall see, and that's a foul on Max Lowe. Just kidding.
No.
He goes out for a goal kick. And so Wes is going to get us back underway. Is he going to take this too fast and we'll give it away again? Hopefully not. But, Wes at the foot of it on the ball.
Going to lump it forward and then cycle it again.
Yeah, we'll do everything we've been doing. Ian says that Hull City Tigers have gone up 2-1 against the Sheffield Wednesday Owls. Ooh, 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 ooh. United just trying to chase the ball. Lerma on the ball right now. He tries to clear it up. It falls to Anderson, gets ping-ponged around. Back to Ahmed Hodzic. Oh boy, they're off to the races now. They are off to the races. That's going to be a foul. That's a foul. Apparently, no foul. Apparently, I don't know what's going on here. And it's cleared again down the right-hand side to Gehi. Gehi on the ball over to Anderson. Anderson down the left-hand side.
How's that not a foul? No. Okay, thank you.
No,
finally.
Yeah.
Freaking finally.
You can see the fans. Everybody stood up and cheered when the ref called that one.
Yeah, sarcastic cheers all around the ground here.
Yeah, it's we've got a free kick inside Palace half. Heckie's being like, man,
got to get this into
really
mixer.
Got
to get this ball into the mixer here.
Norwood's going to put it in, but it doesn't look like we have any semblance of getting organized. So it's a bit of a unorganized show right now, currently. And we're going to bring it in. JLT heads it to nobody. And it's cleared out only to the outstretched foot of Baldock all the way back to West because he was closed down by IU.
I think that went off of Robinson's shins. I don't think he got that one cleanly.
He even got ahead. Yeah, he even got ahead to it.
Yeah, he headed it right onto his own foot, basically.
Gurry lumps it upfield, and Basham just heads it out of play. Not really much in it. And Palace had a throw it. So, we got about 23 minutes left. Still waiting for United. The likes of Larucci and Trusty warming up. And
Hackford behind them.
Hackford as well, yes. As Basham get the ball. And he gives it away.
That's a foul.
Whoa.
That should have been a foul.
Whoa. Players hitting the deck.
Go on, Asula. Go on, lad. Go on.
Come on. Osula on the ball. He's trying to do something fancy. He's spinorama over to Basham. Basham over to Baldock on the right-hand side. Baldock. Little cheeky chip, and it's over everyone. Out for a goal kick.
Little high. I was thinking he was going to go to the end line, but that ended up being a good spot to cross it from. Just little high there from Baldock.
Yeah. He's probably been our brightest player, I'd say, in 68 minutes.
Benno's not been too bad. Just wouldn't start him,
Yeah, that's very true. Goal kick for Crystal Palace. Johnstone is waving them forward, so he's going to do like Wes has been doing, just lump her forward and hope it falls to a Palace shirt.
And it does.
It does, yeah. Edward on the ball in the box to IU. IU gets dispossessed. Benno's about to dump it. He dumps it, but only out to Ward. Ward on the ball now. IU back on the ball. Inner piece of play. Good.
Nice.
Good defensive tackle by Benno, forcing Palace all the way back. Now they're going to work it down again the left-hand side. Down the left-hand side they go. Oh, so they're just playing around with it at the back. Mitchell on the ball now. Eze over on the left-hand side. Just kind of playing with it. I think Crystal Palace honestly are, content with just holding up the ball. That's probably going to be a foul on Max, though. No, it's not. And Ahmed Hodzic comes. No, that was Squarehead come flying in there in his boots. Palace over on the left side, and it is 2-0 to the away side. Oh, he's just to be offsides.
Wow.
Good piece of play.
Live it looked inch perfect.
A great worked.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, he's way offsides.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my focus was on the ball there, but live it looked inch perfect. So
So
we're very lucky there, very lucky to not have conceded again. But yeah, Hecky he's got to get some changes on. Just my humble opinion, has to make a couple.
and West lumps it forward, and that's about all she wrote of that one. He works it down the right side. It's turned over. Eze on the ball now. Eze on the ball. He loses possession. He wants a foul. Ref says, nope, didn't see anything. Then we just lump it forward. We try to go down. We don't get a foul.
You know,
We go,
they're
we
all
do get a foul.
they're all over Asula to the point where he cannot get the ball into his feet when it's lumped forward like that. And he's been fouled all game, and we've gotten basically nothing from this official here.
Yeah, that's your welcome to the big leagues kind of moment for United, because they're going to make it certainly harder on the teams that got promoted instead of the teams that are experienced in this league and know how to handle the officials.
Wow, IU just getting away from Max Lowe right there, just absolutely beating him. Good, very good tackle there.
That was a good tackle. Was that Snake Hips or Norwood?
Nice,
and then
Bash him
Benno tries to go down. Edward comes away with it over the left-hand side. Jefferson Lerma on the ball to Schlupp. Over to Eze. Back into Schlupp. Good save by Wes. Schlupp has an effort in on goal. Great save by Wes.
It's not the first ball. It's the second ball. It's the second ball into the box that we need to be wary of.
Yep, you are right. It is very, we're getting beat by the second ball a lot.
We just look out of our depth here, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
we do. I mean, we've played 72 minutes and have had one shot on target.
Love to see that attendance.
Good attendance.
I think United announced a sellout today.
Perfect. It should be a sellout every single game. Ball goes out for a United throw in the half, in Palace's half.
That's a good tackle from Jack Robinson right there.
Yeah, JLT.
Proper football tackle right there.
On the right hand side,
nobody to pass to. Nobody to pass to for Ahmed Hadzic. I mean, come on, boys. You got to move around and get open a little bit.
And we lump it down the right-hand side. It's dealt with by Crystal Palace. A little bit of a dummy there. Ahmed Hadzic has rip, and it goes up for a United corner. Okay. Maybe we work something off of this. This is where we have to score. This is we're probably going to have one more chance in this game. One more chance. You either score here or you score the last chance you have in the game. Why not now? Why not put this thing level? Oh, Ollie Norwood's going to have a corner. He's going to go in and take it. 2 hands up for free ice cream. 2 hands up for free ice cream.
And we have 4 central defenders here on this corner.
And heads go up, and not a single United player touches it. IU
good job by Osborne. Really good job by Osborne to get back there. Fantastic from Benno.
He closed him down, and if
Max Lowe getting beat
of Jefferson Lerma, this has the likes of 2-0. Oh, a terrible pass by Jefferson Lerma. It gets deflected, falls to Eze. He has a shot. Jefferson Lerma, he has a touch. It goes through.
Go on, Benny.
Come on, score the damn thing. No, of course not. Get open, Asula.
Oh!
Shoot it. Oh, outside. Still didn't hit the target. But United have an opportunity.
Another great opportunity from Asula right there. Really good. Picked out a lovely pass West did to Bene Traore down the right-hand side, and he just finds Asula in the space there. Holland scored a goal. with a very similar passage of play. But yeah, I mean, that was fantastic there from Willisula. Just could not find the back of the net.
He had the
Which,
curve on it too. It was going towards goal. If he had another like 5 yards, that would have been on target.
Yep.
Palace back on the ball after that. A little bit of an incident. IU down the right hand side. He is man marked by JLT. He has a shot. It's parried back out by West because it's saved. And here come Palace again down the right hand side. Joel Ward working it. Ollie Norwood looked to close him down. Max Lowe closes IU down. Ball worked in to now it's being worked around. It was Decore. Now it's with Gihi. Now it's with Lema gave the ball away, and IU gave the ball away. Traore off to the races. He doesn't know what to do with the ball, so he just gives it away. The dude is awful.
I'm not going to say awful. We've watched him play 75 minutes of Premier League football after making the step up from, ostensibly League One opposition, basically.
Ball goes out for a United throw-in, but I don't know what.
Great save from Wes. On that shot from IU.
Yeah, I mean, he palmed it away, but it gives me thoughts of when every time we had Ramsdale in goal, he just push it right and they'd score. Push it right into him and they'd score. Push it right into him, they'd score.
Is this a drinks break right here?
No, I think Max Lowe was hurt.
Oh.
Yeah, because the ball went out of play and I didn't know why, and they just went back to the replay, and I didn't know why the play had stopped because the ball went out, and it's United ball. It's a United throw in Crystal Palace's half, but yeah, Max Lowe obviously went down injured. Only time it looks like he's able to walk it off, so it looks like he'll probably stay in this one. Hecky smoking a heater on the touchline, talking to Benno as Benno gets a little bit of rehydration. Jack Lester and Stuart McCall are already half in the bag by funneling down alcohol.
Looks like Max Lowe's going to be okay here.
Yeah. As it's a throw in, I think. I don't know what we're doing with the ball. Surely this is another added minute on to the end of the second half here. United just kick it to Sam John. Nope, actually goes back to Anderson. They're trying to go all the way to the keeper.
I don't understand.
We're back on our way.
I don't understand how we've not made a substitution with 13 minutes plus stoppage left to go. Very, very bizarre to me.
Has.
Yeah, neither team has made a substitution, and I think this, honestly, like I've been saying, this is another preseason game for us. I mean, we're looking at players to get minutes. Yes, I understand it has 3 points on the line. Yes, we're losing, but I think it's more about getting minutes. And if we, by the grace of God, get some goal to go in, it's a plus for us. But I don't know. I'm not in the mind of Paul Heckingbottom right now.
I mean, we need to try something because obviously what we've done has not worked to this point, So something, I don't make a substitution for the sake of making a substitution, but by the same token, you've got Anas Ben Slimani, who were far and away, obviously before, after Ndiaye left, our most creative midfielder, and he's not on the pitch. So,
so here,
I don't understand
question
that.
from Jordan here for you guys. Who on United then has looked good?
George Baldock. That's about it.
Yeah, Baldock's look good.
That's there's 11. West too. I mean, West has had to do. I mean, he's probably had to do the most out of anybody. So
And
the goal that
here we go. Larucci, Souza, and Slimani coming on right now. JLT. Oh, is Trusty coming off? No, we're moving to a back four. We are moving to a back four right now. We're gonna go for it. Here's the thing: we might get beat, but we are freaking going for it.
JLT, that is 19 off. Robinson off. 25 Slimani on.
Basham off.
Slimani, 25. Souza on. That is Souza 21 off, Basham 6.
The rare triple change. It's like we're playing FIFA, baby.
And that is number 3 low off, and Larucci number 27 on. So as Noah said, we are 3 subs with 10 minutes to go to see if we can change anything. Palace have the ball at the foot of Sam Johnston. He rolls it out to, on the left-hand side, Jefferson Lerma over to Gehi. Gehi back to Johnston. Over to Ward on the right-hand side. Palace have a United spread way wide as they work the ball to Ayu on the right-hand side. He tries to find Edward. Nothing doing. Cleared out. Heck, he's telling, hey, everybody, come over here and play with me. The ball's over here. Joel Ward is going to throw in for Palace. Really odd that Palace haven't made any substitutions as well. He finds Decore on the throw-in. Back to Ward. The pass to Ayu's cut out by Norwood. A little loose pass to Decore. Decore still on the ball. Back to Johnston. Johnston's going to lump it forward over to, that's Mitchell over there on that left-hand side. He finds Gehi on the ball now. I would imagine that Palace is just going to try to play keep away for the next 15 minutes, because I would imagine probably about 5 minutes at a time. Ayu down the right-hand side. Larucci's just giving him a hug. He's like, what, you don't want to hug me? I'm here. I'll hug you. Larucci closes him down. Ayu puts a ball in and is cleared out for a throw-in. I mean, damn near the corner flag.
So a couple folks in the chat are asking what's the formation. I think that was pre-subs. So post-subs, it looks like we're doing the back four. So you got Baldock right side, then Anel, Egan, and Larucci on the left side. Souza looks to be just sitting right in front of the back line as that holding midfielder. And then you've got Norwood pressing a little further up with Slimani and Osborne flanking him. And then Will Asula's pushing the line as far up as he can go, with Benny Traore kind of floating off on the right mostly, but he's up there as well, almost a second striker, shadow striker kind of role. So that's what our lineup now looks like. We'll see, the last 8 to 10 minutes here, what we can do with it.
Ayu on the ball, almost at the 18-yard box. He gets it over to Lerma on the right-hand side. A little bit of interplay between the three. Added Joel Ward in there, all the way back to Sam Johnston. He's just kicking around to Gehi over to Mitchell on the left-hand side. They do this. They're going to switch the play and go all the way.
Here we go. Come on.
Possession. Here we go. Slimani on the ball. He has a heavy touch, and it's given away. And here comes Decore. Decore on the ball now. This game's going to be end-to-end for probably the last 7 minutes. Ball over the top. Larucci does not do very well with it. Ayu comes down with the ball. Ooh. Eze has a shot blasted against the advertising hoardings and behind the goal. United get let off.
So during this interim here, please do follow us on all social media. Chad and I are the sometimes two of three, because Robert does join us occasionally, members of the Red Half of Sheffield podcast, a American take on the Blades. You can follow me on Twitter at Nessman930. You can follow Chad on Twitter and Instagram at cjarvis_13. We'll pop those in the chat here. And you can follow Robert at Captain Casa, and we'll pop those in the chat in a bit here. But do follow us on Twitter, our podcast at Red Sheffield on Twitter. So we'll just pop those in the chat here.
And Palace have a free kick inside United half as Brighton go up 3-1 against Luton. And it is back at Maguhi on the ball. Palace are just keep playing keep away right now. Joe Ward on the ball. Now into Decore. He gives the ball away again. Lerma on the ball. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell over to Eze. Eze on the ball. Eze on the ball. Eze on the ball. Eze still on the ball. Eze all day. He's fouled. He is fouled. By Slimani. And Slimani is going in the book. Okay, so that didn't take long for the new boy to get in the book. And 85 minutes. I had money on Souza would have been the first one to get in the book. But I still have him. He's going to be the first player United are going to have sent off. He's going to be a reckless challenge. Yeah, so Palace have a free kick on the left-hand side right now. Eze's going to take this one. They're going to be slashing to the goal, I have a feeling, by the motion that Eze
Great save. Great save from West.
On the goal line, makes the save. And Osu is going to try and track it down. And, of course, nothing doing. Goes out for a United throw-in in the Crystal Palace half. Just under 4 minutes to go. And
that's an early save of the season candidate right there.
Absolutely.
You know, you're not going to see much better from a Ramsdale or, De Gea or, I mean, that's a world-class save right there. Absolutely world-class.
He may have been offside, though. If that goes in, I think VAR takes a look at it. It looked like Anderson, whoever headed that ball.
Be.
But still, because it wasn't called offside, that counts as a save. So,
and another sub. Osborne.
Traore off.
Or is Osborne off? They showed Osborne. Yeah, okay. So Traore off. Traore 11 off. Hackford 39 on. And I believe was that Sariki in for Osborne? Oh, on Brooks. Brooks 35 on and Osborne 23 off. So truly and well putting the kids in. Norwood has a rip and it ain't even close. Rose Zed caught that one. Oof. As we are winding this one down slowly.
7 minutes of stoppage, pretty please. I will take 7 minutes of stoppage. Thank you very much.
I would assume.
All the
stoppages. We'll probably have 8. I wouldn't be surprised if they put 8 or 9 up there. But Palace to get us back underway. A goal kick. Sam Johnston gonna lump her downfield as he's done most of the day.
Look, boys, we've not covered ourselves in glory today, but we've also not been an embarrassment. So
we haven't. I mean, But yeah, it is. I don't know. It is what it is. We're gonna have a lot of these games. We're gonna lose a lot of these games 1-0. I have a feeling, but as long as we win some 1-0, I'll take it. Palace have a throw in and it falls, but there's a foul on a United player from a Palace player, and United are going to have a free kick inside their own half as West is going to come up to take this one, and he's going to get us underway at some point. He's just waving hi to his friends. He kicks it down, and Ahmed Hadjic is frustrated. He just went up for that ball, and he didn't even come anywhere close. And coming from a guy who dominated so much in the championship last year, going up for headers, he is getting thoroughly beaten in this league. As the ball is worked down the left-hand side, Hackford on the ball now. Goes into
Look at this positive attacking play for the very first time.
Larouci over to Slimani, and he gives the ball away. He's about as good as freaking Ben Traore. Ball ping-pongs around, falls to Sula. Over on the right-hand side, we go to Furious George. Furious George down the right-hand side. Good ball in. Heads go up, and for some reason, John Egan doesn't want to jump. Joe Ward does, clears the ball out, and it's down all the way back to West as we try and cycle it again.
So I don't know if you guys noted, George Baldock has a little bit of a limp. He picked up something, one of that last run back. He started to slow up, immediately felt down. I think it was his left leg. So he's got something going on there. Hopefully nothing too serious.
Ball.
This has been our best passage of play all game. 5 minutes. Start the clock.
5 minutes, 5 added minutes as we go. Inner working piece of play. And Hackford's going to try and close it down, but IU, I don't know why they're showing him limping.
Ooh, Ahmed Hodzic. Very scary touch
a
right
little
there.
late, a little loose. Ollie Norwood picks the ball up. Over to Hackford. Hackford on the left-hand side. A heavy touch here. The break could be on. If IU sees him back post, it's 2-0. No, IU's going to carry the ball. They're going to the corner. They're going to go to the corner flag and burn.
Yeah, they're trying to see this
down.
one out. They're trying to see it out at this point.
So United all the way back, or Palace all the way back to their keeper, Johnston, and he's going to see it. And Furious George doesn't jump, but he still wins the header. A lot of tired legs out there. A lot of tired legs. As Palace down the left-hand side they go, it goes out, and it is a throw into Crystal Palace.
They haven't made a sub, have they?
No, they have not made a sub. I have not crossed any of their names off on my sheet.
I would imagine they'd want to start making those.
Yeah, to burn a little bit of the time. Come on, why wouldn't you?
Guhi is injured, so he's going to go off.
Not Guhi. That means they're making a sub. Guhi off. That is Guhi 6 off on James Tompkins on for this Guhi 6 off, Tompkins 5 on.
And as a little plug for what Chad does with the interviewing of someone else pre-match to do the previews, the Palace fan that you interviewed even said that they don't have any depth right now, and you can see that. This is their first sub, and it's in the 92nd minute. So clearly they don't trust anyone outside of their starting 11, just like Hecky was real late to the game with subs. But I'd argue that we have depth now. It's just we need to get them bedded in. And
United win a free kick here. Sorry, about 28 yards out on the right-hand side. Got to get ball in mixer. Oh, man. Let's go, boys. Come on. This is the one chance right here I think that we're going to get.
We have Brooks and Norwood standing over the ball. Hands up for Norwood. Who wants ice cream, he says. Oh, it takes a couple. His heart rate is up high. He raises one hand. Ball comes in. Terrible ball in from Norwood. Break could be on. It's not. Slimani keeps it alive. Over to Brooks. Slimani back in. It gets deflected. It'll go out for a Palace corner as the clock ticks.
Palace corner.
That's United throw in. They get back post. Oh, and Ahmed Hodzic messed that one up. And
it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse for United. Pigs losing 4-1 to Hull. So
love to see it.
You absolutely love to see it.
Johnson is going to put the ball down at his feet. Kick this bad boy all the way down. LaRucci
One more chance. One more chance. That's all we need. Come on, boys.
And a ball is worked into the midfield through Ali Norwood. Gets crushed through. LaRucci on the ball. Back to Hackford on the left-hand side. That is at Ahmed Hodzic on it now. Oh, boy. We've just got everybody forward now. He's just going to bring this one down. He speeds past Souza, who doesn't really look like he knows how to run, if I'm honest with you. He gets thrown down, and that'll go out for a goal kick. No retribution for the Barry Eze. Brighton 4-1 over to Luton Town.
Luton Town absolutely getting turned over there. Got to go down. Yep. Here we go.
Inside. Here we go. The ball at the foot of Asula. Over. Goes out for a.
This is when you wish you had JLT right here. Mm-hmm. You wish you had JLT for a long throw. One last.
No, I think they called it Palace throw.
Oh, Palace throw in. Palace throw in. Anderson claimed that it went off of him and he won.
Wow.
So United will see this one out in probably I would imagine they'll throw the ball in, and it won't be too many more added seconds. It'll be a full-time whistle. United win it back. I don't know. Slimani,
All
this
right,
is
come
our
on.
last chance saloon here. Slimani with the throw in. Brooks does well to get through. Falls to Slimani. Slimani tries to go down. Souza doesn't have a first touch. Good God, it's ugly. And that's probably going to be full time. I would imagine that'll be it. That'll be all as soon as we take this throw in. So as Palace have the throw in on this near side in their half, Grandpa might escape Bramall Lane victorious today on opening day as it goes. It's probably full time.
And that is full
That is
time.
it. That is it. And United start the campaign back in the Prem 1-0 losers to Crystal Palace. So let's wind this one down. Everybody go around the room. Whoever wants to start, give your thoughts.
Positives.
Yeah.
We didn't concede more than one goal. That's a positive. Um, the other positive is that midfield is not going to be the midfield that we go into most of the season with. I thought our best, 10 minutes were the last 10 minutes of this game. We actually had some more possession. We were able to get it forward. Asula, he had a couple of bright moments. We just need him to start finding the back of the net until we can get McBurney back. And, the thing is Gustav Hamer is going to be in the side next week. Souza, I think, will be starting next week. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we get Tommy Doyle and, one of, the forward targets that we're looking at right now. I think we need to maybe be looking at another forward on loan. If we can get Doyle through the door, that would be great. So those are the positives from me. Robert, what about you?
Yeah, George Baldock had a great game on the right side, and I think our defense overall dealt with everything. And I think that's the key word is we didn't play a strong defensive game. We just dealt with the issues that Crystal Palace was forcing us to deal with. And it was just a really good moment of quality from IU that led to the goal. And this could have easily been 0-0. The last 10 minutes, like you said, we went to a back four. We threw on attacking-minded players, and Hecky said, hey, go up and try something. So obviously we were going to have a little bit more possession there. But I think that if we're going to do that, I wouldn't put Egan as the center, the central defender who goes up top. I would put Ahmed Hodzic up there and let Egan stay back because I think Anel has a bit more quality with the head, and that's what Egan was trying to do was just jump up to all these crosses, and we know that's not his strength right now. So I would have liked to see that happen differently. But overall, we didn't get blown out, and we had our chances. Asula, I think, has the quality. He just needs the experience, and you saw it with his defending where he was going into tackles probably a little too hard or just not cleanly enough and getting called out for it by the referee. So if he cleans up that side of his game, I think he could do a job for us. And then you get McBurney, you get Brewster back healthy. We could survive with the strikers that we have. I just don't think we can thrive with the striking quality that we have. And that's where I too would like to see us focus our efforts in the remaining parts of the transfer window.
Yeah, agreed. Chad?
Not too many bright spots. I will say, as I said throughout this, just an added preseason game for us. Yes, this mattered. Yes, this was for 3 points. Yes, we didn't come away with the 3 points, unfortunately. But if you look at the teams in and around us, Forest losing, Burnley losing, Luton losing, Everton lost today to Fulham. Bournemouth got a point, so they're a point up on us. It's not as bad as it was today. And we're only probably going to get better from here. So we can, we go on and probably, as you guys alluded to, the team today does not probably might feature next weekend again or next Friday against Forest, but we don't know. We might get some more players in, chop and change a few positions, and we go again. But it is what it is. It's game one. 37 more of these bad boys to go. Let's see what we can do and where we end up. So I'm excited for the ride, and it's surely going to be a bumpy one.
Yep. Yep. 100%. Areas that we need to improve. We already talked a little bit about this, but yeah, got to have more creativity in midfield. Unfortunately, that was our weak link all game. We were losing the ball in the midfield most of the game. Just were not able to get it forward, and much like that season when we went down, our midfield was terrible in that season. Norwood had regressed. Lundstrom was like a passenger the entire season. Fleck had was injured at times, but I think I'm very optimistic. If we can get Souza going, if we can get Slimani going, Hamer, that's going to be your midfield three. You might play Hamer a little bit more forward with a striker, either Sula or McBurney, kind of in that Ilman and Dye role just behind our main striker. And then, you throw out somebody else on the left, not 100% sure at this point, maybe Benno, who I didn't think had a horrific game.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Osborne had quality, but he also had. You could see that his ceiling is lower than some of the other players. I mean, Traore showed a couple moments where it's like, okay, that's what the type of player he can be. But
Yeah.
with the speed and running on the counter, but you also saw him lose the ball quite a few times in areas
Yeah.
where he maybe didn't need to give up possession. Whereas Ben Osborne held the ball pretty decently. He created a lot, especially at the end of the first half, but he doesn't have that explosive power. He's kind of that late run into the box, almost a John Lundstrom type player to call back, but just without the size of Lunny. So, I think the midfield, we have the upgrades already in the side. We just got to get them built in.
Get them working. Yep.
Yeah.
Get them going. And look, we'll have another week of training. We do have the first game of next weekend against Forest on Friday. So, I mean, look, it's one less day than everybody else. You got to get training, got to get the boys gelling, and hopefully we can pick up, at least a point. I think we're going to need to pick up at least a point, just because that City game is lurking there in the ether, and I expect us to get absolutely drubbed. And we do not want to start this season with 3 consecutive losses. Definitely don't want to do that.
Yeah, we'll turn it around at some point. I would give us till probably the middle of September, probably before we get our first win. I would say. I don't think we win any of our first few games. But I mean, it is what it is. That's why they play the games. We don't really know. But yeah, we move on to Palace and a Friday night football. We kick off the weekend next week, boys and girls. Before we get out of here, Noah, one time we'll go around the horn here, drop your internet, social media stuff, and we'll get out of here.
Yeah, please, if you don't already do so, follow us on Twitter at Red Sheffield. That is our podcast, The Red Half of Sheffield. We do match reviews, rumors, all manner of content. We do the occasional movie review. At some point, we are going to review the Full Monty, especially considering they just put out a series. So I definitely want to review that at some point. As for me, you can follow me on Twitter at Nessman930. That's NESSMAN 930. And on Instagram, you can follow me at Sunpuck because I live in a sunny place and I play hockey.
There you go. Yeah, I'm on all social media platforms as Captain Kosa, CAPTN COSA. Yeah, it's great to be here with you guys again, and appreciate every time you have me on. Love watching and chatting Blades with you guys.
Yeah, and you guys can follow me, although I'm not very on the internet too much. CJarvis_13 on anything and everything. And so that will wrap this bad boy up. We're going to get out of here, but I and maybe Robert or Noah I'll definitely be on for Friday's game, so we'll have to talk after this to who's gonna join me. So it might be over to you, Captain Costa, or I'll roll it solo. Until next Friday, when these mighty Blades take on Nottingham Forest. Peace.